following is a UTV 44 sports production.
Friday night rivals. This is the UA Early College UTV 44 Game of the Week. Sponsored by Mobile and Baldwin County Sheriff's Offices and the Drug Education Council.
Week 2 of the high school football season here on UTV 44 brings us another great rivalry. This one in Baldwin County here on the Eastern Shore. The Spanish Fort Toros on the road to take on the Daphne Trojans here in Daphne. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox. My partners Dan Brennan and Vic Lockett, as always, here to start the season. Boy, great rivalry, but also a region game. And before this one got started down in the field, Dan, it felt like it. It's like everybody's really ready to go for this one tonight.
Yeah, to call this a road trip is a bit of a... you could bicycle over from one school to the other. So, yeah, you can feel the intensity tonight for obvious reasons.
Spanish Fort has dominated this rivalry. They've won 4 of the past 5 meetings. And up front, they've always been great. Offensively, they've always been great. And that offensive line looks to be the strong point for Spanish Fort again this year, Dan.
It needs to be against the Daphne defense, or they'll just tear you apart. But this guy, Grant Betts, he is already a verbal commitment to Troy University, so he's going to be playing in the Sun Belt. Big guy, moves well, a 3-year starter, left tackle, quality individual, and a really good player.
This Daphne defense, Vic, last week held Davidson to only 38 yards or 25 yards of total offense on 38 plays. I know put a big smile on your face when you knew that, but also you love when a linebacker at the high school football level is making a huge impact. We're going to see that tonight.
Yeah, Ty Reynolds, number 21. Just a small guy, but a real feisty guy. Just has a knack for the football. Last week, as you see, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss, a sack. Very effective in the pass game as well. I know last year at least had 1 interception return for a touchdown. Good football player. His dad's the defensive coordinator, so he's being coached by his dad, so you can tell it's in his blood. So he's going to be butting heads with your guy, Dan. So we'll see who comes out on top.
Last year, the Daphne Trojans started 0-2, and then they won 9 in a row. They're 1-0. Spanish Fort 0-1. Spanish Fort has not started off 0-2, going all the way back to 2006. It would also be a 3-game losing streak if the Toros were not able to win tonight. It's a big matchup here on the Eastern Shore. Daphne and Spanish Fort. Stick around. Kickoff comes up after we get a quick snack right here on UTV 44. Here come the Toros. The Trojans ready to go. Who else is ready to go? Tara Reeves down on the sideline. Good evening, Tara.
Good evening, Jim. You know, the biggest improvement for any team, of course, is from week 1 to week 2. And both Daphne and Spanish Fort made some crucial mistakes in last week's game. Of course, all of Daphne's penalties. And then Spanish Fort threw 3 interceptions. Fortunately for Daphne, they have an experienced senior quarterback in Chance Newman, who's really been stressing to his guys to do the little things right in tonight's game. On the other side, Spanish Fort is a young team, so they're going to rely heavily on sophomore receiver Chris Drain to really carry this team offensively. He wasn't able to play much in last week's game due to cramping. We'll see if that's a factor tonight.
All right, thanks, Tara. High kick to the near side, and taking right up the near side, and a big hole right away. Jaquan Miles out at midfield. The Toros didn't want to kick it deep to the 2 speedsters for the Trojans, so instead, Jaquan Miles takes it right up to midfield, and great field position to open things up for these Daphne Trojans.
You know, when I see that little pooch kick, I'm always afraid that's going to happen, where you're going to pop it to somebody used to catching it, and they pop it and break through.
There's Kenny King, head coach of the Daphne Trojans, his 2nd year here, and really has been so well received coming back to his hometown and liked by everyone in the community.
Yeah, what's not to like?
Such a great addition to high school football here. And Newman wants to throw it to start the game. Pressure coming from the backside. He'll roll out, and they'll get him, and he tried to pitch it free. And they're going to say he was sacked back at the 38-yard line. Boy, dangerous by Chance trying to get that ball out of there.
7, Newman. Come back for a loss.
Let's take a look here at the starters for Daphne. On offense, Smith, Wilhelm, along with Love, Santini, McLaurin up front, Miles and Phillips on the outside. And to give, this is Mike Franklin, and Franklin almost back up near the original line of scrimmage. Franklin, 20 carries, 56 yards last week.
Franklin on the carry.
Back at the 40-yard line. Franklin.
48 now and on the tackle.
big, strong running back. Here's up front, new starters for the Trojans. Crooks, Fitzgerald, Smith, and Tyson. The linebackers, Destin Myers taking over where we watched Thomas Johnston roam for so long. Tyson, Sam Hoover, and Ryan Duff. The secondary, DJ James. He is a talented one. They don't want to challenge him on the outside. Miller on the other side. Sharp, the returning starter at safety, along with Luke DeWeese, who played a bunch last year.
Penalty decline.
So a legal shift there against the Trojans. And Ben Blackman will decline the penalty to bring up 3rd and 11. For Daphne, they've gone back a yard after the good kick return to start things to open the game up. Connor Phillips split to the bottom of the screen. They fake it to Franklin, and now Newman will roll out to his right. Has lots of time, wants to go deep, fires it underneath, nearly intercepted, then almost caught by Jaquan Miles.
Newman pass,
Came out in that 2-by-1 set.
Brings up 4th down.
Coverage was there, and he just tried to make something happen, scrambling around, and it wasn't there.
I know it's an incomplete, but you do see what Chance Newman gives you a chance to do back there. Able to buy some time, good mobility for a big quarterback, and extends the play here and had a chance to get something going downfield.
Yeah, and hats off to the Spanish Fort defensive secondary twice. Of course, they tried to throw, probably looking for something long on that first one where Newman was sacked, and there, once again, nothing there.
Diego Guajardo, who had the field goal last week to win it, sends this one down to the 10-yard line. Chris Drain, that was his first touch, number 1 you saw there for the Toros, and you will see him with the football in his hands a lot tonight for Spanish Fort. He is their playmaker. As Tara said, he went out after the first series in the 3rd quarter last week against McGill with cramps. Just a sophomore, but he had 6 receptions in the first half and carried it 4 times as well. And there's Ben Blackman, 3rd year. Look at that, 32-5, just gaudy. At Spanish Fort, of course, the perfect season back in 2015 when they won the state championship at 15-0. And what a matchup last year in the quarterfinals against his brother at Opelika. Game that the Toros eventually lost 21-17, had that lead slip away right at the end of the game. That was a great 3rd round matchup between the two brothers.
Young school that expects to win championships.
Jack Samsel started 5 games at quarterback last year for this Toro team. Of course, and Swan comes in motion. They look to get it to Drain, and they do. And Drain pushed out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
That's a good idea for 2 reasons. Number 1, Drain's really good. Number 2, this Spanish Fort, the Daphne defense is going to give some fits up front.
Best part of this Toro team, says Ben Blackman up front. Betts, Wilson, Turberville, Grayson, and Brown. And then on the outside, Sotelo and Swan, Drain, and Gavin Smith will be blocking back there for Connor Hagan. Hagan, who's a great young high school football player. Kind of really came on for this Toro team last year, and he'll get his first carry right now and up the left side. He breaks a tackle at the 20, stays on his feet, and he'll have a first down to the 27-yard line before Jack Cushman brings him down. Daphne's defense so stingy last week. Yelding returning starter. Jamar Mason there as well. Maurice McBride had a big game, 3 tackles for losses last week. Jack Cushman, he's been playing for 3 years as well. Gilbert was a defensive end last year, moves down to linebacker this year. Reynolds and Taylor. Then the secondary, Christian Williams, number 4. He is a playmaker, dynamic as well. Miles on the other side, Collins and Khalil Johnson, the returning starter at safety. Now Samso will keep this one and get up to the 30. He'll pick up 3.
You might not think of Samsel as a runner necessarily, but he's got the size to stick it in the middle and get something. He's 6'3", 200 pounds.
Last week, 17 of 26, 141 yards, 3 interceptions, but as so often the case, Ben Blackman said, hey, you know, one of them might have been on the quarterback. A couple other ones have receivers maybe not going where they're supposed to go, and so quarterback always gets blamed for the interception, but sometimes it's not the quarterback's fault.
Ben was coming to his defense big time on the field before the game.
Second and 8 for the Toros. Hagan dropped in the backfield. Big penetration right up front. Jack Cushman, the senior, comes in and makes the stop. Remember, he was a linebacker as a sophomore. Then they moved him up front. I think it might have been after week 2 last year. And it really helped to solidify that Daphne defense.
Against this defense, Vic, I would say anything slow developing is going to be a no-go.
And yes, the way they've been doing so far, looks like they're shooting gaps.
This defensive line likes to get in the backfield, for sure, shooting gaps.
So if you shoot that gap, you disrupt things in the backfield like you're pointing out, and you better have some quick popping. Your sprint draws and your traps will work.
Exactly.
3rd and 10. Drain is in the slot on the left side. Samsel wants to come to the near side. Fires it up. Swan can't hold on to it. Good coverage over there by the safety, Marion Collins, to break that one up. And we'll bring up 4th down.
Number 10, Swan.
A nice firm pocket for a while, and then it collapsed on it. Had plenty of time to get it out there, just couldn't connect.
4th down.
Swan's a good-looking target. 6'3", 200-pound senior.
Just had a bunch of great players in front of him
he
past
did.
couple of years.
He did, and I was saying to Coach Blackman before the game, where were you hiding that guy? And he said, he's good, but just needed to find some time to get him on the field with too many good guys ahead of him.
Williams and Jaquan Miles back deep. Bad kick. Wow, really bad kick. Ooh, that might not have gone back to the original line of scrimmage.
Just did make it, Jim.
Let's see where
maybe a 2-yard gain.
Wow.
Nope.
No, it's, oh yeah, they're going to put it
2 yards back.
Goes out of bounds.
They will put it at the 29-yard line. Wow, a 2-yard punt. It just went straight up. Wow, hey, if you got a question about that punt, you can email us. Hey guys at UTV44.com. We'll answer your questions throughout the evening. Got a question for us? Any member of our crew? Tear on the sidelines. We'll try to get an answer
Jim,
for you
I've
here.
never punted, but I can tell you his foot caught the front of the football and caused it to flutter backwards.
Franklin breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and tries to sneak out to the near side, but he's wrapped up by Ryan Duff, the junior linebacker. Franklin, good-looking back last year, 955 yards, 20 carries for 56 yards last week against that tough Davidson defense. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. They'll give it to him again on the right side, and he has a little space, and he's down to the 23.
Franklin on the carry.
Memphis has already offered Franklin the junior, and other schools will certainly follow suit. You know, Kenny King really loves Mike Franklin. Kenny King, a defensive guy, he's like, you sure you don't want to play safety? You really look good at safety, you know, putting licks on people from that side of the ball.
I could coach you up, kid.
3rd and 4 for the Toros. Keeper Newman on the right side. He's got the first down and a move, looking to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
You know, Newman doesn't look that agile, but he made it work on that play, and that's what you should expect out of a senior quarterback. He played, how long? I know he played a full year last year. Did he play a sophomore year?
Played a sophomore as well.
So that's what you can expect out of him right there. Good play fake, get around that end, sneak out the back door. They're not looking for you. And I got a little move there, Jim.
Yeah. He said that was one of the things he really worked on this offseason was his mobility.
Really?
Yeah, it really showed it there. We saw it on that first drive when he was able to extend the play and roll out.
He is a young guy that is continually working on his game and his shortcomings to what he does well.
And you can see the fruits of his labor right there.
Diego Guajardo with the PAT is good, and so after the 2-yard punt, Daphne able to jump out on top. 7-0. Chance Newman, 23-yard scamper for the Trojan score. Yeah, there's some kids in that student section that have less white paint on them right now because it's all on my pants and my shirt and all.
You shouldn't have been acting up, Jim.
I tried to sneak down there to go down to see Jared in the truck before the game, and I needed Lockett being my lead blocker because I did not have Chance Newman-like moves to avoid the white paint.
Hey, Lockett's been our lead blocker for many years.
So special teams. Last week, Daphne wins with the 22-yard field goal, and then this week they're able to take advantage of a miscue from Spanish Fort.
Well, there really were two, right? Because the kickoff allowed Spanish Fort to start at the 50-yard line.
Yep.
Daphne, rather. Daphne was able to flip the field, kick them back to the 10, and then the bad punt. So it's been all special teams that's led to this.
Yeah, and a good punt to pin him back at the 10-yard line.
Yep.
Guajardo with a big leg, and he'll send it in the end zone. So at the 20-yard line, boy.
That kid's a weapon.
Really is. And Kenny King said, boy, I'm sure glad he's on our team.
Yeah.
You know,
special teams being very special, just like the name says.
Coach King said on the pregame show, he said, you know, last week there's our scoring summary brought to you by Mobile Regional Airport. Just 3 plays, minute and a half, and Newman with the touchdown carry. And Kenny King said, you know, you win 2 of the 3 phases, you're going to like your chances to win. And he said, you know, we definitely won defense and special teams last week. And, of course, they shut the other team out and scored 3 points. That's all they needed.
Yeah, well, you wondered about their offense, obviously, coming into this game. So for them to get a touchdown this early into the game, that's a confidence shot for them.
Samsel, 6'3", 200 pounds. Good look at him, and Hagan goes in motion. Samsel keep it across the 20, picks up a yard. Samsel last year was one of 5 starting quarterbacks for this Spanish Fort team. Just crazy bad luck at the injury position, and transfer over from Baker after week 1. And then started late in the year, then got hurt. Wyatt Wilkinson came back in, and after he was hurt in the game 1 against McGill that we saw.
This kid's a very talented thrower of the football.
Set up here with a 3-by-1 formation. So Samsel's the kid that transferred from Baker? Oh, okay.
2nd and 9, play clock at 5. He's gonna have to hurry. Down to 2. And
I thought he got it off.
I thought he got it off too, but I think there might have been movement before.
Yeah, one of the 3 wideouts, I think, might have got a little edgy and a little antsy.
Knew it was coming to him.
Flag on the play.
Prior to the snap, illegal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Always like when Sean Kelly's the referee, does a good job. Really keeps the game
concise.
Flowing. Yep.
Well, I can tell you what, he definitely was positioning himself where the crowd can see him. I kind of like it when those guys just turn around and just say the call and keep it going.
It's good mechanics, what they call that as an official. Good mechanics.
Yeah, Hockley, he'll do it from back there behind the quarterback immediately when he sees the foul.
Hockley's got a son now doing it, right?
Does he?
I believe so.
I wasn't aware of that.
2nd and 14 after the penalty, and the Toros offense being stifled so far by this Daphne defense. Drain comes in motion. Instead, Samson wants to fire over the middle. It's incomplete, and the price still pay. And there's a flag as Khalil Thomas put the big hit on Finn Heath.
Yeah, I think he did use the crown of his helmet there. I'd hate to admit it. It was kind of one of those bang-bang plays. And got him right under the chin. I'm just glad the receiver was able to get back up. Well, shoulder there, too.
Yep.
But unfortunately, these guys not going to have the advantage of Jared's good replay there. They do have a nice jumbotron here. They can take a look at.
Yeah, it's not going to change their decision. And I don't think it was a malicious, dirty play. Just everything happened so quickly, and the pass was a little high. And
trust me, it's hard to adjust in the air.
No question.
I'm not going to get my wings until later on, prayerfully.
And you know, it's what a safety does. I mean, safeties are contact players back there in the secondary.
He's a physical guy, 5'11", 195 for a high school safety. That's bringing a lot.
Personal foul
under the pads.
Illegal helmet contact on the defense. It's 15-yard penalty. With the yardage, it'll be a 1st down.
Personal foul on the defense brings up a 1st down for the Toros.
Well, no disqualification on it either, so that's good too.
So 2nd and 14.
On the second look, you can see kind of got shoulder in there too. Yep. Yeah. Actually, all shoulder.
It was. I think, and Sean Kelly kind of showed it. It was kind of more side helmet to side helmet there. And you know what? And I think if you love football, you want to see the officials always err on that side.
Yeah, especially high school kids.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep. Got to protect that helmet area as much as possible. Ben Blackman, head coach there, Toros with a 1st down, rolling out. They get it off to Drain, and Drain going to be close to another 1st down, maybe just a yard short. So they mark it here. You can see where they want to get the ball in this young man's hands, just a sophomore.
He's not going to get any credit, but Andrew did a good job of slowing that thing down. Gilbert there, number 10 on that rollout, made him pull up a lot quicker than he probably wanted to.
It gives us a long first down. And at the 41-yard line, the Toros on the move. Samsel looks back over toward the Toro bench. They make it shift on the outside.
Even set.
Brady Wiggins. Brady Wiggins up to the top of the screen. A sophomore just comes into the game. They give it off, and Hagan is swallowed up by Maurice McBride, his 4th tackle for the loss this young season.
Yeah, this Daphne defensive line, they're not reading anything, brother. They are just shooting the gaps and taking away the gaps. You know, I've heard a coach say, get your hat in a gap. That was it right there.
Kenny King really likes this front 4.
Well, I'll tell you, they're talented and they
big and quick look like.
They're quick.
Let them use it. The gap.
Loss of 6. Hagan trying to get to the outside, and Khalil Thomas, the safety, comes up to stop it. Cushman there as well, and the Toros going back here on this drive. And I think we're going to get our heat timeout here as you know, they really just say, see if you can run it against us, and so far nobody's been able to do it.
Say, where you're going to get that, if they're going to shoot the gaps and slant like they're doing, you're going to have to do some misdirection or just call a play that you're just, I hate to use the word lucky that you called the right play away from the which way they're slanting, direction they're slanting.
Yep. So we'll take a heat timeout here. 5:20 to go in the first. Daphne on top 7-0. 3rd and long coming up here for the Toros when we come back from this break.
Well done.
Big crowd here on the Eastern Shore tonight. Steve Savarese, you watching? Look at, we're live on TV, and look at all these people who show up to watch the game. It'd be just like that in the playoffs if we were them live on TV. It's not 1990.
Hey, by the way,
you're a crook, you can rob a store over here in Baldwin County and not get caught.
Yeah, let's not, local business owner, Vic, let's not give anybody ideas here. Third and 17 here for the Trojans. Samsel with time, looking over the middle of the field and going up to get it is Drain, and wow, Khalil Johnson was right there with him. I didn't think Drain had a chance to go up and get it.
Yeah.
And he's just short of the first down. But wow, the sophomore sticks his nose right up in there to pull it down.
A lot of athletes involved in this play. Samsel can throw it. Watch Drain go get it. And that same safety, Johnson on defense, was right there. But just a great athletic play on 4th down. It looks like they're going to go for it at midfield.
No, they're going to bring out.
My bad.
Yeah, going to bring out the punt team. 4th and 2.
Miles and Williams back to return.
Ryan Duff had that atrocious punt last time. A young man starts at linebacker, needs to get his confidence back here, and Daphne takes a timeout.
I don't think they're sure.
I think they're just wanting to make sure that Spanish Fort was sure they were going to punt
exactly.
Yeah, this is a good area to do a fake in, huh?
Well, especially you're coming off a punt that you're probably not real pleased with.
Sure.
Lots of games going on tonight. See what happened last night as Murphy pulled away from Baker 42-14. Jackson Clark County. Also Washington County and Millbury, Viger and Baker. That should be a good one tonight out in West Mobile. Foley and Fairhope, McGill and Davidson, as you see lots of region games now. Theodore and Mary G. Baldwin County and Gulf Shores tonight. Robertsdale and Blunt. Saraland, LaFleur. BC Rain and Citronelle. St. Stanislaus and St. Paul's. That's a good little rivalry that's developed here over the past couple of years. Wilcox Central, Williamson and Chickasaw, and Thomasville and Sweetwater. Oh, talk about being able to knock off a store up there, Vic Lockett. When those two teams get together, there is nobody. Dan and I have been there for that game before.
We have.
D.R. Miller and Opp.
First thing in Sweetwater you got to do is find the store.
And by store, you mean the store.
The store, right.
Duff. Great punt high this time, and fair catch called for Miles trying to get to it. He just lets it bounce. It'll be at the 20, and Miles draws the penalty because the Toros did not give him any room to catch the football.
Yeah, a little pass interference there, and I almost thought the ball came back and touched the return man.
The penalty would have nullified it anyway, right?
I would think so.
Correct.
They'll confer on this and give us a call.
If you're Daphne, do you think about making punt again, Vic? Back him up, make him punt again?
I think I'll
Kick catch interference on the kicking team. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, I'll take the yard.
We also have a sideline warning on Spanish Fort.
Uh-oh.
Got Miles back there. There's Kenny
Get back, coach.
Yeah. Kenny's his own get back coach on this side.
You get back when you stand in front of him. Big dude like that.
Again, we're just so glad he's down here, back here, and came back here for all the right reasons to coach high school football, and everything that you'd ever heard about that man is 100% true.
Classy guy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to get a chance to get to know him.
Chance Newman brings the Trojans back out. They lead at 7-0. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sideline, and Jared Kihas in the truck along with our entire great UTV 44 crew. Week 2 of the season. Next week, Murphy McGill. It's kind of 3 big rivalries out of the chute for us to start the season.
No doubt. I mean, you know, games that mean a whole lot to every team.
Quick to the far side. Jaquan Miles going to be out near the first down. He's going to get it. It'll be another long first down here for the Trojans. They only had to pick up 5 after the penalty.
It's amazing to me this team did not score a touchdown last week because they've got a variety of weapons on the field.
You're right.
Running back, wide out. You bring the corner over to offense.
They may have self-inflicted some wounds last week.
They did have some penalties last week that really hurt him as Franklin carries it up to the 43.
Good looking back there.
Yes, he is.
Jay Pogue in there as they go with a 2 setback. Franklin on the cutback here, and he's going to be swallowed up.
Franklin on the carry.
Good work by Sam Hoover, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, that was a team defensive battle there. I mean, they all just got around the ball carrier and just shrunk his world around him.
Good backside defense, too, staying where they needed to be.
Absolutely.
You can see what Franklin...
Good technique.
Yeah, what he had on his mind was to cut back and surprise them, but the Toros were there.
Yeah, someone's at the back door taking a look.
Yep.
3rd and 3. Newman gives it to Franklin, trying to get the outside with a stiff arm, and it's not going to be able to get to the first down. He's going against Ryan Duff there. Duff did a good job to get off the block.
Pulled out of bounds at 48 now.
Franklin
Brings up 4th down.
Short of the first down.
Yeah, even though Duff didn't make the play, he slowed him down enough where his comrades could get over there and
gave
get
him a chance, right?
Exactly. Didn't give up the outside.
Colby Nolan.
Good technique again of maintaining containment.
Yeah, there's a flag right up there at the end of the play here on the Daphne sideline.
Okay.
Ooh, it's gonna be a sideline. It's gonna be a sideline warning.
Oh, damn.
So they had one against each side
Sideline
now.
warning on the Trojan.
Tony Stonecker, the defensive coordinator for this Daphne, or excuse me, for the Spanish Fort team, 36th year of coaching high school football. And he talks about just some of the special young players they've got on that side of the ball as the Trojans will have to punt again. Wow. Gajardo with a huge booming punt chases Drain all the way back to the 6-yard line.
6-yard line.
47-yard punt there.
Special teams advantage Daphne so far.
For sure. UTV 44 Game of the Week brought to you by University of Alabama Early College, our presenting sponsor. Thanks them for being a part of high school football again here on UTV 44. field has been tilted.
It has.
Much of this first quarter.
Oh, yeah, the whole first quarter just about. They've done a really good job of winning the field position battle. And you just took a very talented player completely out of the play, too.
Yep.
On that punt right there.
Yeah, he might have been better just to let it go over his head and see if it boomed to the end zone, because that was a punt that was a rocket. So from the 6, and now it'll be from the 3.
Little movement on the left side.
Yeah, I think the center missed the snap count.
Spanish Fort had 10 penalties last week. See that in a lot of week 1 games.
You do.
The old saying, you see the biggest jump between 1 and 2 weeks, you know, and I had a little conversation with Coach Blackman about that to see if he made some wholesale changes from week 1 to 2. He said, no, we just got to clean up some couple of things and get better ourselves and work on our technique and things that we know to do. And we should be polished and ready to go tonight, he says.
Yep. Got that same vibe from Eddie Stevenson, one of his assistant coaches.
1st and 13 for Spanish Fort. Pushed almost all the way back to the end zone here in Daphne.
This defensive line could score some points here.
Samson on the rollout and the pitch, trying to get it to Drain, spins away. Coming around the near side, actually that's not Drain, that's up to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he almost had something there, but he went back for his cutback, and
that was
luckily the defense was still playing that back door again, Dan.
Yep.
For a second here, you thought he was about to go 99 yards with it.
He went 99 last week. Dayton Reader, he took a kickoff back 99 yards for a touchdown.
Coincidentally, huh?
And his first touch tonight, and now sacked, and the ball comes loose, and is that defensive? Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Wow, and right there was Gilbert ready to fall on it, and Samsill got a huge hit from Maurice McBride.
You got a defense like this, a defensive line like this, you are always in peril deep in your own territory of not just having trouble moving it, but this sort of thing right here.
Never
giving up points.
Yeah. Good job by Samsill to get rid of that one and make it incomplete.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, and that probably was.
I don't even know if he got rid of it other than the force.
Yeah. it left his arm somehow.
3rd and 1. Again for the Trojans. Swan goes in motion. I look to throw it, and it's nearly picked off. Now we're going to see what the flag is. Christian Williams going against Drain over there, 2 of the best athletes and biggest playmakers on the field.
Well, they may get him for pass interference, but it was within 5 yards. He was in contact with him, so I don't know.
I don't.
See, he's got a right to that football. Wow. See what they call.
Big old man downfield on the offense.
Wow.
Did he not catch it?
Nope, no catch either way.
Oh, okay. No. It dropped on the ground. I didn't see that. Thought it was a clean interception.
Ineligible receiver. Downfield on the offense. Penalty is declined.
Yeah,
4th down.
I think it speaks volumes about this Daphne defensive line. 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1. Well, you throw the ball twice.
You even spread them out.
Deep in your own end.
Yeah, and also these corners for Daphne are, their staff thinks so much of them that they are often just one-on-one and good luck. Not much safety help.
Duff, low bouncing snap, picks it up, and he'll punt it away from the 5 and to the near side. And Trojans get away from it. They'll have great field position again at the 46-yard line. Good job by Duff to pick up that bouncing snap.
Yeah, had it been a rush on and he was under duress, he may have gotten it blocked.
All right. Chance Newman has the only score of the game, 24-yard touchdown scamper. And speaking of Chance Newman, Tara, tell us about him.
Well, you guys, this is the same Trojans team that struggled offensively last week against Davidson. Only put up 3 points the entire game. So I spoke with Chance Newman, senior quarterback. He said this week at practice, they were looking at some different player personnel, also changing the entire game plan. He said it was working out successfully during the week, was hoping it would be just as successful this Friday. it's working out well for him. Also, he says, as a senior, he wants this Toros-Daphne game really badly.
Yeah. Newman completes it up there near midfield, picks up 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. And Newman, guest on our pregame show, was on there last year and this year, just a really fine young man. You can tell he's going to play college football somewhere. He's got that size. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. Franklin looking to get to the outside. Great pursuit, and he's going to spin it back and get buried all the way back to the 38-yard line.
Franklin to carry.
What a
Peyton
job
Tyson.
by Peyton Tyson out there, maintaining containment.
Yep.
Not letting him juke him. Not going for the okie doke, just staying right there, staying square with the running back, keeping his shoulders square.
He did everything right.
He did everything right, and he ended up making a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, he was out there on an island and did everything right, including making the stop against a pretty good football player.
Yeah, a guy that was more athletic than him, just to be frank about it.
So 3rd and 19 here for the Daphne offense. Newman, more pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be dragged down from behind.
Newman brought down.
Destin Myers, boy, playing that spot where Thomas Johnston, owned as the all-time leading tackler in high school football in Alabama. He's the only returning starting linebacker. He gets in there and able to get Newman down low, and Daphne's offense sputters on that drive, and now Spanish Fort with a chance to maybe get some good field position here.
Yeah, both defenses really doing a pretty good job, not just stopping the opponent, but actually, you know, getting on the other side of the line of scrimmage and causing some big losses.
10 on the line for Spanish Fort. Hardo to the near side, and Drain will get away from it. It goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line with 3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. You know, you start to wonder a little bit, is Daphne starting to think, boy, you know, we had great field position that whole first quarter, and we only came away with 7 points. And now all of a sudden, you're Spanish Fort, you're saying, all right, we kind of survived the early storm. Now we got the ball on our own 26, and let's see if we can make something happen.
Well, I don't think the Daphne defense is too concerned about much at this point, because they've done such a good job defensively that they're just going to say, let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Here's what Daphne has coming up. Big game on the road at Saraland next week, then at LaFleur, and then they'll come back to take on another rival, the Fairhope Pirates, and then start to look down to that late October game up at Blunt. I have a feeling 6A Region 1 that we'll be there doing that game here on UTV 44. Samsel with time. Wants to air it out down the far side, and Khalil Johnson can't hold on to it. A good job by Corson Swan to hit Johnson to take away the sure interception.
Yeah, that was wide receiver turning into DB, and had he not, this ball would be going in the other direction.
Johnson's been in the middle of everything so far.
Sticking his nose in there. We played one here in Daphne. That's our only score. Chance Newman, the senior quarterback, tucks it under and puts the Trojans on top 7-0 after one. Daphne Trojans, their defense has yet to give up a point in 2017. They've gone 5 quarters now of shutout football as we start the second quarter here in Daphne. Spanish Fort and Daphne on UTV 44, and defense stout again there on 2nd and 10. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Rick Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sideline. Jared Kihas in the truck, and our huge crew here.
I got to say, Vic, I know you like Ty Reynolds, the young linebacker, but those plays aren't even getting to his level.
No, his front four not giving him any opportunities, are they? He's going to have a clean jersey tonight.
Yeah.
3rd and 10. Samsel steps up, fires it right side, and it's incomplete. He's trying to get down out to Sotelo. And
yeah, I can tell you, though, you know, Daphne's saying you're not going to throw it comfortably.
No.
They understood.
He better be open right now, right?
Yes, they understood it was a throwing down, and they've decided a guy that throws that well, let's make him uncomfortable, and they did.
Jaquan Miles stands back at the 40. Also back there, Christian Williams.
And I think that's the mindset of both defenses. They respect the arm of their opponent's quarterback, so they're not going to let him sit back there.
Ryan Duff his own 11. Better snap that time. Keep angling toward the sidelines. Wow, where is this one going to go out of bounds? We'll see the officials still running up. Oh, wow, all the way.
Yeah, Jim, I'm going to have
40.
to disagree with you. I don't know if he was angling that one to the sideline. If he's angling that bad, he's got to check his geometry over.
Hey, Fusakli's have great food for our crew before the game. Great crew food for you as well.
Don't fake the food there.
Party trays, as we said, 50, 100, 200, or the Vic Lockett special 300.
Yes.
Chicken fingers. He's inviting a few friends over.
No, that's me, brother.
And, of course, the best lemonade in town. Order your trays for your football party. I think there'll be some food being consumed about 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, no, I'm done by then.
Thrown out to the near side. Miles with the touch. Miles that could have split the defenders.
We got to have some confidence in your quarterback to call that play. You know through reps that he can make that throw, and he did all the way across the field. Got it there in time for Miles to have a little room to do something.
He got there fast as well.
It did. He can throw. He can play. He's a winner.
Yeah, and thrown over on DJ James' side, who had 6 picks last year, and 4 of them he took back for touchdowns. Pickup of 8 on first down. Pogue trying to get to the outside. There is a flag. Pogue's going to have the first down, but I think this one's going to come back.
Flag on the play.
Second flag. So we might have a pre-snap penalty, then maybe a hold out there on the edge.
I think it got him out of bounds, I thought.
Daphne had 14 penalties last week. It's a hold and procedure penalty.
Both these teams with way more penalties than you would expect from either one in week 1.
Sean Kelly looking over to Ben Blackman what he wants to do, which penalty he wants to accept. You got to see where the hold was, because it's a spot foul 10 yards back from that. Whereas you got 5 going back from the line of scrimmage.
On the play, we had multiple fouls. We had not enough men on the line of scrimmage on the offense. Then we also had a holding on the offense. The procedure was declined. The holding is accepted. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Great explanation.
Let's look here on the edge. Just
yeah, I saw his stretched his arm, not pulling jersey.
Yeah, Mike Franklin, the guilty party on that one. So it'll back it up to the 40-yard line, bring up 2nd and 10. And now we see Christian Williams, cornerback line up in the slot. He'll be at the bottom of the screen.
Good.
He's already been offered by Arizona and Michigan.
Good spine there, Jim.
Now, guess who they're looking for? Williams, and he's got it at the 27-yard line.
How about that zip?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Chance looking good with that one, and Jim called it. To bring Williams in the game, he's not a decoy.
No.
He's too good to be, well, he could be a decoy, but.
I like the delivery right here, right now.
Yep.
It's another long first down for the Trojans.
Chance is a class member of the QB country.
Yeah, Franklin just lost his footing as he was trying to cut it up to the inside. Ryan Duff was there, but you could see Franklin wanted to cut it back, and Field really in great shape down there tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad the turf gave way then, because if it would have been some part of his body there, he may not have popped back up like he is.
Yeah, glad he's okay.
It looked funny, didn't it?
It did.
Second.
A little scary.
Yep.
And 9. Connor Phillips, the receiver up top, 2 setback. Pogue and Franklin and Hugh Miles to the bottom of the screen, matched up there against DJ James, a pair of 2s. Good battle. Now Newman pulls it down, and he's got a lot of running room to the right, gets around the official, and then he's a smart young man as well, steps out of bounds at the 18. Did you see a flag, Vic Lockett? Oh, there's a flag all the way back at the line of scrimmage over on the Toro sideline.
Again, not enough men on the line of scrimmage. Just these procedures are just eating them up.
Boy, that's 14 last week and too many here tonight.
Illegal formation on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, after that run, it's more than a 5-yard penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, that's yardage that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach King is going to have a few concentration drills this week, trying to get their head in the game and know what they're supposed to do and know where you're supposed to line up and do it quick and fast.
Trent Battle checks in on offense for the Trojans. They'll go to a single back with Franklin here now. 2nd and 14 for the Trojans.
Something quick right here, quick in the air.
Miles gets it on the far side. He's able to get around James, still trying to turn the corner, and good pursuit. And boy, went 50 yards laterally and picked up about 2.
Yeah, that's good defense again. Good sound defense. Everybody squared up to the scrimmage, maintaining their leverage. Just makes the back just run out of real estate.
And just no chance to cut it back to the inside anywhere.
As Dan liked to say, that back door shut.
Yeah, it is, and this is a defense that does a pretty good job with their back door, play in, play out.
Good coaching by Coach Blackman.
Yeah, and effort by those kids.
Exactly.
I mean, they can draw it up, they can tell you what to do, but as a 16, 17-year-old young man, you got to do it.
Making them execute.
Yes, sir.
You've raised kids before. Can't get them to clean the room.
3rd and 14. Pressure coming on Newman, and he's going to be dropped back at the 40-yard line. As again, Peyton Tyson is in the backfield. Comes up with a big sack and a loss all the way back to the 39.
Well, he's a relentless player right here.
Stretched out forward, made the play.
Yeah.
6'2", 194 pounds.
And by the way, Kim Brennan is the drill sergeant in our house. I'd be way out of bounds if I was taking any credit there.
I bet she makes you clean up behind yourself, huh, Dan?
Yeah, you just don't want to know.
Gajardo with a low snap, and now there's contact, but no flag because the ball hit the ground.
Ah, okay.
And this is Drain, and we're seeing a little bit of his elusiveness. And up to the 20, and then a late hit. That's got to be a flag on the sideline as well, as he got drilled way into the Daphne sideline, but I'm not sure the officials saw it. And they're calling, wow, there's a flag over there. I think the official, I'm not sure.
Well, this is a heck of a return in the first place, right?
Okay,
yeah,
there's
that tackle.
Got no chance of anything, right?
Now watch, he steps out of bounds, so he's out of bounds here. And a little shove.
I think he kind of touched him and may have slipped on something over there.
Maybe they had a better look down at field level.
There to play. Personal foul on the receiving team. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. First down.
Not only do they not get that flag,
I didn't think it was that egregious.
they get
Here,
their
let's
own.
take a look. Maybe. Okay, so
See, he kind of pulls up there and passes him over, and he just falls down there. Maybe got his foot caught on the
TV cable.
Yeah,
It was right there.
I don't want to say our
That one's on.
fault.
Maybe that one's on Jared.
Yeah, we'll have to penalize Jerry and make him do a couple of push-ups.
They get
Ball placed on the 12.
So that backs him up there.
They've asked our truck to back up 15 yards.
Sideline warning.
Yeah, well,
Parking lot warning.
exactly.
All right, back at the 12-yard line. Samso, the Spanish Fort offense, haven't been able to get anything going tonight. Fires it, finally a completion out to the 21-yard line. And let's go down to Tara. She's got a Educator Spotlight brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. Tara.
Thanks, Jim. I'm with Rob Milam, the trainer for Spanish Fort, also a personal friend of mine. Rob, as the athletic trainer for the Toros, can you elaborate on the importance of each high school team having an athletic trainer?
I don't think there's anything more important. Obviously, I'm a little biased to the profession because that's what I do. But every day I see stories from all over the country where kids are seriously injured, if not have a fatality. Serious injury, minor injuries, the whole 9 yards, and so often I'm seeing that they don't have an athletic trainer there. And with that little added expense, you can protect these kids with a certified athletic trainer and have the protection that they need out there. These coaches are being trained very, very well. However, it's it's just not enough. You know, having the expertise of a certified athletic trainer can make a very big difference in the outcome of someone's life.
Absolutely. And speaking of serious injuries, recently Spanish Fort had Chris Tuberville 2 years ago almost die from a heat stroke. Talk us through that moment for you, and you may have saved his life.
It was, I mean, I feel like I was doing my job, but it was a very abnormal incident. You know, he unfortunately went from giving no signs and symptoms to a full-fledged heat stroke. And I did what I knew what to do, and that's to reduce his core body temperature and get him in an ice bath that I had prepared. And then we got him to medical attention, and fortunately, it worked out very, very well. And he's still with us, and he's been a starter now for 2 years, and it's great to see him being able to continue to play the game he loves to play. And by me just being able to do my job and being there and being able to handle the situation.
Thank you, Rob. Back up to you, Jim.
All right, thanks, Tara. Hey, yeah, check out Ben Thomas's story on that. What happened there was in the paper 2 days ago. Tried a little screen over the middle here, and Drain shut down immediately.
These stats for his defense is going to be beautiful after the game.
Ty Reynolds, you know, Ty Reynolds is one of those kids that, Dan, you know, we always talk, you know, 5'9", 190 pounds. Yep. Just a high school football player.
Right.
You know, this is that's the kid Kenny Chesney sings about.
Yeah, that's like he, you know, again, I say the kid doesn't have a mirror.
But Kenny King is very hopeful that he will get something offered to him where he can continue on just from being a high school player. Because he has the motor and everything else. Just doesn't have anything that's going to inspire you getting off the bus, is he? Tiny guy, scrappy.
Now, Matt
plays
Quinn,
to the max of his talent.
Matt Quinn going to come in and punt. And this one a better kick, as Spanish Fort really had struggled in the punt game, and now they get it all the way down to the 40. So good job by Quinn, and good job by Quinn to get that one out.
First down for the Toros.
More of our friends bringing you high school football. Big crowd here tonight. That's the Spanish Fort side. The Sheriff's Office, Mobile and Baldwin counties, and the Drug Education Council. They've been long time
Huey Hall smack territory.
And we'll take a heat timeout exactly halfway through the second quarter. 7-0 Daphne, home team. They have the lead over Spanish Fort on a big night of high school football here on the Eastern Shore. Second quarter here in Daphne, Spanish Fort and Daphne. 6A Region 1 matchup here on UTV 44. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Block, Tara Reeves in the sideline, and Chance Newman has to fall on that snap. Hey, we did get an emailer in, and appreciate Mark Boyington emailing us and wanting to know how many guys have gone on to college from these two teams. Well,
to play big college ball?
A gazillion. I mean, there's been a whole bunch from Daphne.
You got your fingers and toes, huh?
Yeah, Daphne and Spanish Fort, lots of them. We'll talk about actually some of the guys who have gone on to the NFL from Daphne later. That might be part of our trivia question here as the handoff. This one bottled up is
Spanish Fort defense getting a little stout here.
Mitchell Babbs, the sophomore, able to make the stop there for the Toros.
You know, this team is playing, this unit for Spanish Fort, maybe being a little overshadowed by Daphne, but they're playing a great game too defensively, and there's a lot of young guys that are, this is their first year to shine. They are shining.
3rd and 18. Give it off to Franklin right up the middle, and Franklin back to about the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down. Hey, Mark, we do appreciate you emailing in, and you can email us at heyguys@UTV44, but yeah, it'd be impossible to figure out just how many of these young men. I mean, Daphne, this is their 29th season of high school football, and of course,
that's young.
Yeah, of course, Spanish Fort, you know, started back in
2 years ago,
2006.
2 years ago with 8 championship trophies.
It's amazing.
And you know, of course,
defying mathematics.
Yes. Me talking mathematics is defying.
Gajardo, another good kick, and Drain. He's going to let it bounce, and it checks up at the 20, and It'll be down at the 18-yard line there, so Drain not a chance to get it in his hand. Speaking of trivia, it is time for our weekly trivia question. We were talking about the Daphne Trojans. Since we're here tonight, 9 former Trojans have gone on to play in the NFL. Who is the first Trojan to go on and play in the National Football League?
Well, I got one that I think will be avoiding the Turk in the next 24 hours.
Thinking about.
Okay.
Keep thinking till the fourth quarter. That's our trivia question here tonight.
And I would say the first one may be coaching tonight.
Well, hey, Vic Lockett, that's why we go to the fourth. Did you just? I said, hey, think about it till the fourth quarter. The Turk's going to be coming for you next week. Our trivia each week. It's just a challenge to get Lockett to, play nice with the other kids here in the sandbox.
Don't invite Vic to a surprise party.
I may tell the person, right? If there's going to be eating involved, I'm going to tell him, man.
Meet him.
Order double.
Everybody's inside, and Lockett meets him in the driveway.
Lockett calls him and says, hey, order extra Fusaklis for Saturday. No reason. Just another 200 fingers there.
Please.
The Toros, after their penalty, backed up where they've been most of the evening, deep in their own end, and they're at the 8-yard line. Drain in motion. They fake it to him. Samson looking to the near sideline, and Swan right there, coverage Khalil Johnson, and that one was thrown a little bit high into the outside.
They had a combo route out there. He picked the toughest one to throw.
I thought so too, and I thought he could have gone over the middle. He had a lot of one-on-one coverage, and again, that's what this Daphne team does. They challenge you with their athletes, and they say, we can cover your guys.
2nd and 10. Jared was worried about our big microphone down on the sideline on that pass from Samson.
That little girl's fragile.
Turning the corner is Drain, pulled down from behind the line of scrimmage, and 3rd and long coming up.
Can they continue to neutralize Drain the entire game? Because not only is he a big play waiting to happen, that's exactly what Spanish Fort's going to need in this game. They're going to need something exceptional to happen offensively between this poor field position and this really stingy defense. They've got some problems.
Yeah, Gilbert, as we said, he played defensive end last year, now down at linebacker, 6'3", rangy as a linebacker, able to make the stop, and this one all the way over to the far hash on 3rd and 10. Swan in the slot. Samsel steps up, fires right side, and receiver fell down. And that was Caleb Purdy, the sophomore, who had a catch on that last drive, but another 3 and out.
Yeah, when Daphne gets you in that 3rd and long, Dan, they're very comfortable.
They're comfortable because they really love their deep guys, especially those corners, and the fact that they're shooting gaps trying to make your QB very uncomfortable, and they've continued to do that.
Exactly, and that front is not going to give you time to eat a couple of fingers back there before you throw it.
Quinn to punt from his end zone.
Chicken fingers, that is.
Jaquan Miles back deep. Quinn with a good punt. Miles going to let it bounce and down to the 45-yard line. Corson Swan down there. And again, great field position here for the Toros. We talked for the Trojans. We talked so much about the Trojan defense, but the Toro defense only allowed 7, and that was on a very short field.
They've been good.
More of our friends bringing you high school football on the UA Early College Game of the Week. Careers since 1916. Also, Alabama Orthopedic Clinic. And Daphne out here, and 1st and 10, they'll give it off Franklin.
Nice move.
Spins once, twice. Football loose on the ground, and still loose. And I think the Toros have it. They had a chance to recover it a couple of times, and there's a turnover at midfield, and they end up with the football. 2 spin moves by Franklin. First Daphne turnover. Didn't turn one over in week 1. Penetration once, twice, and then good job by Peyton Tyson to punch that ball loose.
I think Newman's, he just lost his balance. His momentum was taking him in the wrong direction because he's a stick your head in there kind of guy. And again, as Jim mentioned, the defensive play once again by number 15, Peyton Tyson.
Had the Peanut Tillman punch to knock that ball loose.
What a player he is.
Peanut or this guy? I think this guy, not the Chicago Bear. Just to stick it to Jim a little bit.
Well, I'm not sure that was necessary. First down for the Toros. Samson wants to go up top, and he looks for Swan, and it's overthrown.
One-on-one.
Boy, had him too.
Yeah, one-on-one. He had him. And against this defense, when you get what you want, you
better take advantage of it.
You got to take advantage of it.
Few plays in a game can, you got Swan 6'4" going against Juwan Miles at 5'7". Had the matchup they wanted, but Samson couldn't drop it in the window.
They've got to Samson enough to where he's not, just comfy back there. And that plays in the quarterback's head.
2nd and 10, 4 receivers for the Trojans. Looking right side, fires it, able to get it complete, and the ball came loose. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Hit put on as soon as Ben Sotelo had that. And it was
nice pass
loose
by Jack Samson to get it in there. Thought the receiver had it just for a beat, but the tackle must have broken it loose there.
Williams came over the knockaway. I looked at first glance like he may have had it. It was going to be a fumble. Let's see here. Nope, never was bobbling it.
Never secured it, huh?
Yep. Williams was there. And Williams offers already Michigan, Arizona, and a list that goes on and on.
And it's going to grow.
He's just a junior. 3rd and 10. Samson. And going up top, looking at the near sidelines. And that's incomplete. Not much of a chance there as he landed Finn Heath. And good coverage. Khalil Johnson, the safety, coming over. And you can see where this defense not only just stops you, but it really frustrates you because you just start trying to just force the ball down. There really wasn't much there. Yeah, exactly.
Johnson now looks like he is cramping up. He's the guy that's made a number of plays in this game and just made that one defensively.
Well, prayerfully you're okay, and it's just a cramp. You can survive that.
Yeah, looks like that's what we're dealing with, and it is a warm, sticky night.
I thought it was pretty good weather myself. For as Alabama, South Alabama, we have seen worse, Dan.
We've seen worse, but the humidity...
it is on the high.
Yep. There's Kenny
Just
King.
look at Kenny King. Get out of the way, cameraman, before you get backed by the head coach there.
This will be the 8th punt of the first half.
Yeah, a lot of defense.
Yeah,
I love it.
I mean, there's been years when I'm not sure Spanish Fort has punted 8 times by week 6.
They're a young version of the Toros.
But hey, it's a 7-0 ball game.
They're in the game.
They've just not been able to get anything going offensively. But Spanish Fort, the touchdown they allowed was after a 2-yard punt and gave the ball to the Trojans at the 32.
Yeah, one too many.
Prior to the snap, we have illegal substitution on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
I was wondering why Lockett was taking his shoe off over there.
Yeah, they got past 10 there. I had to get my toes involved.
But this Daphne defense, the way they challenge you.
And they still hadn't corrected it.
The way they challenge you at the line of scrimmage, it makes it tough for you to do what everybody wants to do, and that is at least get the run going.
Quinn booms this one into the end zone.
Goes in the end zone.
And so it'll be at the 20-yard line. The Daphne offense to come back out here and start. And more of our UA Early College Game of the Week sponsors here on UTV 44, Coastal Alabama Community College. Also Mobile Bay, Harley-Davidson.
Boy, all the Harley-Davidsons in this region are doing a big push for Hurricane Harvey victims in South Texas, filling a huge trailer.
Newman, play action, dumps it out of the backfield. That one incomplete. Good work by the Toros defense, and that is Brennan Sharp, the returning safety. Started last year and read that one all the way and came in and made the stop, and will bring up 2nd and 10.
He was sharp on that one.
He got a great first name.
Brennan Sharp.
You got it. This Toro defense, I'll tell you, they're they kind of play to their highest level.
Yeah, they
no lapses.
Their whole offensive line are first-year starters. They've only got 6 starters between offense and defense on this team. Only 14 seniors on the team. And, they've been so deep for so long. You have a lot of kids who are seniors who are just getting to play now, even though, a lot of other schools they may have played as a junior. But, Spanish Fort has been so deep over the past few years. Tough to crack the lineup. And 2nd and 10 coming up. Newman, 20 touchdowns, 2,200 yards last year.
Well, he led a team, Jim, that really came on.
Oh, no question.
I mean, they had an exceptional season because Kenny King's first year, young quarterback, you didn't know what you were going to get. And they started out with some rough.
Yeah, they started out 0-2, but I think what gets lost in that sometimes the fact they lost to Spanish Fort and McGill, or Davidson, were their 2 losses to open the season last year.
Really good teams.
Exactly. And then they reeled off 9 straight wins. They've won 10 of their last 11 overall. Newman on 3rd and 7. Franklin, he has met the line of scrimmage again. Good penetration on the Toros, and this Toro defense playing so well here tonight, matching the defense. Cooks.
Yeah, the difference in the ball game has been the play of Newman there, just pulling it down and scampering.
One big play.
You got a minute and a half to go, and
so what I see happening right here is if they get the decent field position, they've got a great field goal kicker in Quinn. So you want to get it down near the 20-yard line. We have a chance.
As Kenny King said, the game last week seemed like a throwback to 2002, just a defensive struggle, and kind of looking at that.
Yeah, no different tonight.
More of our great businesses bringing you high school football every Friday night here on UTV 44. Foo Sackley's Chicken Fingers. Also, Long and Long, attorneys at Long, joining us this week from here on out as our first down sponsors. So thanks to all of our friends who bring you these broadcasts here on UTV 44. 12th season we've been doing this here on UTV 44. Gajardo, low snap again and bringing the house. They block it, and it is going to be recovered, and now is going to roll out of the end zone. Oh, the Toros had a chance as DJ James came in after the low snap.
Close to turning it into 6 points.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so close. Let's watch low snap, and here comes James.
He's been getting a few low snaps already, correct?
Yep. Yeah, both punters have been dealing with that.
Trying to fall on the football. There was Ben Sotelo instead. Pushes through the end zone.
Boy, they just got to be. That's just a cringe over there on the Spanish Fort sideline.
And then a chance to tie the game here. So instead, should be a safety and a free kick.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the scoreboard hadn't changed.
Okay,
no, it should be
2 points.
Right.
And then a free kick coming, and the Toros will get the ball back.
Well, he never got the signal from the official. Did you guys see it as well? Oh, we need that signal for the scoreboard guy to understand or award the points.
Unless they're, I think you say, they're just going to say it's a touchback?
But where's our referee to? He's down there just waiting for the free kick, huh? And he's got to give him a, just they're not going to do it until he signals the safety. But officially, they do this free kick, we know it's 2 points.
But I think they're just lining up as a kickoff. They're just lining up this as a regular kickoff.
From the 20. Am I out of my mind, or what else could it be?
I guess they are ruling it a touchback, but that's not a touchback. They were on defense.
Hardo. So back to the.
We'll call what we see.
15-yard line. Connor Hegan all the way up to the 40, and now another big special teams play to the 30 with no flags.
But this could show some good speed right here.
Yeah. Hagan really came on in the playoffs last year. And now up to the 30-yard line. Great field position for the Toros late here in the first half.
We'll take that 2 points to the twilight zone.
But, you know, and obviously we don't have a good grab, but you would think Spanish Fort would be losing their mind on the sideline. High
Maybe
snap.
There's a different rule in high school.
This is Drayton Reed. Reeder took that high handoff and got it down to the 24-yard line.
Maybe we'll get an explanation from the sidelines on exactly what the referees.
Yeah, absolutely. We're missing a couple of points there for the visiting team.
Drain in motion. Samsel to the right side, buys a little time, flips, looking for the corner, and it's broken up. Good job by Miles going up there to climb the ladder.
Fantastic job playing the football. Almost came down with the interception.
Yeah,
all hands.
He's only 5'7", but he went up and got that one as they were trying to go to Sotelo again.
Got some good hops.
Like Miles, he's on an island out here. These cornerbacks put themselves in that spot. This defense does, and that's finger nails.
Little man playing big.
Yep.
Samsel's been just a touch off on some of his downfield throws tonight, and I think part of that, all the pressure he's had around him.
Plenty.
All night. And
yeah.
Third and a long 3 for the Toros. Samsel hit and dropped all the way back at the 33-yard line by Jack Cushman.
Wow. Yeah, I remember Cushman as a linebacker.
Yeah, but that's why left tackles get paid $1 zillion in the NFL, isn't it, Big Lockett? So hits like this don't take place.
Absolutely. You can disrupt the football game on every play.
Boy, and the sack. Dan talked about the big leg of Matt Quinn.
I don't know if it's that big.
And now, so yeah, this would be almost a 50-yarder.
Outside.
Has
against the humidity.
Thick air. This isn't Colorado here. It's very, very thick. So fourth and with 24 seconds left, 4th and 12. And if you're Ben Blackman, I'm thinking.
If you're Ben Blackman, you're saying, where's my 2 points?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. There's not a rule that I'm aware of that says no. When you go out the back of the end zone on a punt, that should be 2 points awarded to the team.
Right. Unless they're saying it was. I'm just trying to think. They're going to try the 50-yard field goal.
We've seen this kid make a lot of big field goals. Dick Lockett, you may not remember, but this young guy has been kicking for them in big games and, you know, every game since
8th grade.
8th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can make a big senior kick right here.
Wow, that's a big one.
Against some big defensive front.
So a 50-yard attempt here by Quinn. Low line drive, quick kick. And 50 yards on the board for Matt Quinn. And it's now 7-5 Toros.
In our book.
I think it's, yeah, it should be 7-5 after the safety.
Yeah, they got the 5 up there now. Okay.
So,
thank goodness. I thought I was losing my, I was ready to just retire.
You've seen it all, right?
Well, I've
and
seen
you
it
won't
like,
see anything else.
If I faded that far, where I'm sure it's a safety and it's not. So what a kick.
Wow, what a turn of momentum here.
A 2-point ball game. How often have you said that, Jim?
Yeah, and those of you who have playing the pool, the square pools, and have 7-5 at the end of the first half in this game, you're very, very excited about that safety.
Yeah. Boy, a big return, too, by Sotelo to set up that opportunity to get 3 points, and you only get 3 points if you got a kicker like that.
Following the safety.
I mean, Matt Quinn, how many 50-yard field goals do you see in high school football?
How many have we seen?
Right, not many.
In 12 years on UTV 44? I don't know. That might be our first 50-yarder. Wow, very impressive.
Yeah, the Turk not calling the kicker here in Spanish Fort.
He will make it.
He's
making the team.
Matt Quinn, I think he's got a little momentum building up as he sends this one also back into the end zone for a touchback. Not a safety, that's just a touchback.
Now that is a touchback,
right.
Yes.
A couple of really talented kickers in this game. Now here's the return by Sotelo.
That was Hagan.
I'm sorry, Hagan, my bad, of course.
And really got him all the way down to the 30-yard line, but not much more. And he knew it. Boy, Matt Quinn, as soon as he hit it, he knew it. And, you know, the challenge on those kicks is you have to have a low trajectory because it's got to go so far.
Yep.
And
it's got to be your...
Daphne's got some big paws up there trying to block that thing.
Yes, yeah.
And this is what John Fox should have done at the end of the Chicago Bear preseason game last night, was take a knee, but he didn't, and this is why Kenny King should be coaching the Bears right now instead of John Fox in my book. Anybody.
What a step.
Yeah, so what a first half. What a crazy way to end the first half. It's 7-0. The first points Daphne gives up all year is on a 50-yard field goal from their defense. What a first half, 7-5. Let's go down to Tara. She is on the sidelines with Kenny King. Tara.
Coach, you've had control of this game since the very beginning. What was going through your mind as you watched that punt get blocked and then Spanish Fort marching up the field?
It's one of those things we keep having mistakes. We got to go back out here and fix those. We go out at halftime and adjust and make sure the kids understand what we got to get done, and that's stop the mistakes.
Every time your offense gets the ball, you have incredible field position. What are you seeing defensively that you like?
Defense is playing strong. I'm excited about what they're doing, and they run around having a great time. So we got to help them out on offense and keep the ball a little bit longer and get some points.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Right, thank you.
Coach Kenny King. Wow, 7-5 our halftime score here at Daphne and the Trojans and Spanish Fort battling. We opened up the season last week with another great rivalry. It was Blunt and Viger. Trojan Pugh was our player of the week. Rushed for, I think, 135 on the ground last week, leading that Blunt Leopard team to the win. And our Alabama Orthopedic Clinic player of the game. Pugh's going to be somebody to really cause a lot of matchup problems for a lot of teams on the Blunt schedule this year.
They just got a lot around them too. You know, they got wideouts, they got a quarterback, they got an offensive line, and this is a scary team, Blunt. And that was week 1. Let's see what they look like in the middle of the season and later.
Yeah, we're going to have, boy, it might be tough to just have 3 players to pick in tonight's game because most of them are going to be on the defensive side. You can log on to local15tv.com and click on the high school football game of the week and vote for your favorite player of the week from tonight's game. Coming up, halftime show brought to you by our friends at Harley-Davidson. 7-5, Daphne leads Spanish Fort at the break. It's halftime. halftime here in Daphne on our UTV 44 Game of the Week. 7-5. The Trojans lead the Spanish Fort Toros. And let's go down and enjoy the Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson halftime show. Up first, the Spanish Fort Band.
Spanish Fort High School marching Toro Band. The Spanish Fort High School marching Toro Band is under the field command of Avery Wilhite.
7-5 at the half. The home team, the Trojans, they lead Spanish Fort. Let's go down and enjoy the Daphne Marching Band here on the Harley-Davidson halftime show. are back here in Daphne. Halftime 7-5 and an odd ending to the first half here on UTV 44. As you look at the big new Jumbotron, you can see it at the south end of the stadium here in Daphne. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and Vic Lockett up here in the booth at Daphne High School as we get ready for the start of the second half. Well, it was just crazy. 7-0 Daphne, and then all of a sudden, safety and field goal really changed the momentum, and I think Spanish Fort has to feel great coming out of the room right now.
Yeah, I think we were all talking about the fact that they just had that 7-0 lead. It was kind of precarious, even though the defense was playing so well. If something crazy happened, you never know. Well, it happened. We'll see that in the highlights.
Yeah, and how about the defense on both sides, Vic? I mean, spectacular.
They've been playing very well, both teams. But, Coach Kenny King, he hit it on the head. I think he's telling his team, cut out the mistakes, stop the self-inflicted wounds, and we'll be in control of this game.
It was a mistake by Spanish Fort that set up this after a 3-yard punt. The Trojans took it over at the 32, and Chase Newman pulled it down when it was still daylight here and went back in for the score of 24 yards. That was the only touchdown. And then here, a blocked punt, and Daphne had trouble with the snap. Spanish Fort knocked it out of the end zone for a safety. The ensuing kickoff, Connor Hagan takes it all the way up to the 30-yard line, but then Daphne, their defense stiffened up again, but Matt Quinn with a 50-yard field goal at the end of the first half, and that's where we're at. And look at that, just 3 first downs, no first downs for Daphne in the first half. That's unbelievable. All the punts that we have seen, just not very much in the total offense there. I mean, 52 yards on the ground for Daphne, 35 yards of total offense for Spanish Fort, 90. And Samsel, 36 yards, 3 of 5. Drain has not been able to get on track. Newman, 6 of 8 for just 10 yards.
Both teams still had 4 penalties, but their ones on Daphne's side just was more glaring.
Yep, a defensive slugfest. Let's find out what Ben Blackman had to say. Tara Reeves is down on the sideline. Tara.
For that lack of offense, of course, Spanish Fort has had terrible field position all game. So Coach Blackman says he's actually happy to see a score of 7-5 here at the half. He says defense is really pulling their weight. Offensively, they just cannot win at the line, and they're going to have to do that in order to come out on top here tonight.
And it's not like where you kind of see sometimes where teams will, we're going to run it, then we're going to do a little play action, we're going to go deep. Like, that's just not.
No, it's not happening because both teams are taking away the run. And you can't make a trade at halftime, so you got to come out with the guys that you played with in the first half, Dick Lockett. So what do you do? What sort of an adjustment can either team make to begin to move the football?
Well, like we said, Daphne's penalties look just more glaring to me, and they're just more egregious. Even though the stats say Spanish Fort still has the same amount, Daphne's just been so much unfortunate where they've had them. So they've got to cut down on that in order to control this game because their defense is playing great. The other Spanish Fort's defense has been playing well. Other than that, just one faux pas where the quarterback scampered down and made a play.
Yeah, they lost containment on the quarterback, and they just weren't expecting him to do what he did, and he was able to get to the corner.
I think one thing that you really can see, and you don't really maybe notice it, but like both of these teams, talented coaching staffs, adjustments will be made at halftime, and really, that is where what it could come down to, just one small adjustment made by somebody on one of these two staffs that could be the difference in this game in the second half.
I agree with you 100% because, they do have both great staffs, great minds, and good enough talent to take it in and understand it. They just got to translate whatever the adjustment is onto the field, turn it into some points, and get control of this football game.
Spanish Fort put 5 points up there late in the first half with a safety and the 50-yard Matt Quinn field goal. They'll get it back to start things off here in the second half. Diego Guajardo with the huge leg. And this one through the end zone.
I mean, he's got, sometimes we'll chat college and NFL here during halftime or when we're off camera, and that's like an NFL leg right there.
No question, and it really is a weapon, and it's not just you give it to him, at the 20-yard line, but it's you don't let the ball go into Chris Drain's hand for a long return.
No doubt.
Yeah, you take the playmakers.
You neutralize that possibility on that play. You do that 3 or 4 times during the game, that could have a lot to do with how the game turns out.
You know, I just thought about, you know, that wasn't a penalty on that safety, but a mistake by Daphne to give them those 2 points.
Yep.
So here we'll see Samsel and Drain goes in motion. They give it off. Hegan trying to get to the outside, and this one starts up just like it did. Daniel Taylor, the outside linebacker, keeps it going just like we saw all first half for this Daphne defense.
Yeah, Daphne's been controlling the trenches there, the offensive line and defensive line, playing in the backfield like Dan talked about, but they're just not able to translate any other points other than that scamper by the quarterback.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden you're at 2nd and 16, and it's just you're
where you want them
behind
defensively.
Yeah, and also 2nd and 16. And again, look where they are. And again, this is when this Daphne defense can change the scoreboard.
Up the middle, and again, nothing there.
And such a conservative call, right, Jim? And the reason the call is so conservative is the statement I made just a moment ago. You drop back with Samsel, he might get it off, or he might not.
Or he may get it knocked out of his hand.
Yeah. And that's nothing against the quarterback. It's just the fact that the line of scrimmage.
It's a lot about the defense.
Yeah, it's all about them.
Gilbert was a little dinged up on that play, and he comes off, and he'll replace it. Linebacker Cameron Williams comes in for the Trojans. 3rd and 15 for Spanish Fort, pinned back at their own 15. Samsel steps up. Cushman gets him low and drops him at the 10.
Just what Dan was talking about.
Yeah, but also give those cornerbacks that have been on an island all night good coverage back there. Cushman with the sack and nowhere to throw it to.
Yeah, they can really cover people, so they they put their defense on attack. And Samsel's looking downfield. He's not finding anybody comfortably open. Next thing you know, he's in trouble.
Sitting on his fanny.
Yep.
And so Matt Quinn, who has taken over the punting duties after a couple of short punts. Look at this. This will be the 9th Spanish Fort punt here of the game. Quinn, good kick. Miles watches it bounce, and it's going to take a nice Spanish Fort hop all the way out to midfield. Good job there on a 35-yard net on the punt up to midfield.
Both offenses struggling like they have. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few more packages a little more often with Christian Williams in the game for Daphne. Obviously a playmaker. They went right to him when he was in there. He's coming off the field right now, or is he going to split out? No, he's coming out of the game, but look for 4 to get more meaningful snaps on offense in the second half.
They'll put Jay Pogue in at running back here. Right at midfield for the Trojans. Fake. Newman wants to throw downfield, instead checks it to the near side, and a catch right at the sticks. Going to be made first one tonight for Nick Sedano, 5'6", 160-pound junior.
Now, when I first met Newman, Sedano was his throwing mate, the catching mate at the quarterback QB country with David Morris over at Spring Hill College.
Pickup of 9.
Best of buddies. Great catch.
Newman looking right side now. Wants to go up top and looking to go long and drop. Wow, all of a sudden there was some separation there between Miles and the DB. Like when Newman threw it, I thought that's going to be way overthrown.
I thought it was a good pass, good trajectory, just couldn't connect on the other end.
Yeah, this is a great throw by Newman. It's deep, and this big, strong kid just let it go, and he drops it right in there.
Wow.
But it gets dropped.
Jaquan Miles, the sophomore. That's one they'd like to have back.
Well, in a game like this, where you know,
could be the difference in the ball game, huh?
Points at a premium.
3rd and 1. They're going to throw it again. Newman looks to dump it out of the backfield. It's incomplete.
Not a good pass that time. The receiver had to dig down low there and just couldn't come up with it.
Connor Phillips, boy, 3rd and 1 at the 41. You throw it, now you got to punt it.
Yeah, but keep in mind the 2nd and 1, they should have had 6.
Yep.
So the play call was solid, just poorly executed on the back end. And again, the respect that these teams have got for the other's defense is such that they're trying to make some big plays because the idea of going down, drip by drip is not going to happen.
No one back. They didn't trust. They figured Diego would probably boom it to the end zone, and it's caught. What a play by Miles. Miles goes down and catches that one in the air and then drops it before his momentum carries him into, no, it's Christian Williams who makes the catch.
Outstanding footwork there.
Wow.
What a play.
Both teams laden with athletes, and they got them on their special teams.
Boy, we've had special teams has played such a big role in this game to the detriment of the teams, and in a positive way, too. That was amazing.
Hit the brakes and get the ball, get rid of the football.
And like to track, never to turn back to look to try to catch the football.
Then know where you are.
And look down. Those are some hidden yards on the stat sheet there.
That's why Jim Harbaugh said, you want to come to Michigan?
And so back at the 1 are the Toros. Reeder in motion. Egan hit right at the 1 and nowhere to go. And
what do you call when you're at the 1 yard line and most plays you've gone backwards? That's not a comfortable position for a play caller.
And you're out of the shotgun all the time. You're never under center.
Yep.
So you're really in the end zone.
Quick slant is what I do to get myself out of the hole here. Because Dan's talked about it all night. You cannot hold the football against this defensive line.
No. Whatever you do, got to be quick.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, and now also to add to it is I don't see Chris Drain out there on the field for the Toros. So now you have your best playmaker not on the field. He cramped up in the third quarter against McGill last week. Samson looking to go over the top, drops it out of the 22-yard line, and he's going to have the first down as Reeder comes up with the catch.
Doesn't have to be a slant. It could be a quick pop pass there in between the corner and the safety.
Yep.
That safety, you'll see he's trying to get over there, but he kind of lets him catch it, then comes in and makes the play.
That was Finn Heath, the junior, 5, not 8. My mistake. I thought it was Reeder. But a long first down here for the Spanish Fort Toros, and a little breathing room out to the 20. But when you get out to the 22 and you're like, this feels good. You know you've been pinned back all night.
Great point.
Now I can call some plays, huh?
Biggest offensive pickup of the night for the Toros, and Samsel wants to pull this one down. Khalil Johnson in there just trying to strip it away, and Samsel pushes it out to the 30-yard line to pick up 5.
I love the way the Spanish Fort students, all in one section, all in white. They are unified, and they're making a lot of noise over there.
I think I'd stand out in that crowd.
Vic Lockett, you stand out in any crowd.
Yeah.
You're Vic Lockett. You're 99.
I don't know about that. Speaking of crowds, got Bobby Sr. and Bobby Jr. checking out the football game. They're Baldwin County residents, and little Bobby's a great little league baseball player over here.
2nd and 4 for the Toros. Samsel quick to the outside, is able to get that one complete. The sticks will see where they mark it, and that was Reeder with the reception. Dayton Reeder right on the Spanish Fort sideline. The coach is trying to help him with the spot here. And he only gets 2 on it, so it's a 3rd and 2 now here for the Trojans.
Nothing coming easy.
Yeah, you're going to earn it in this football game either way.
Still do not see Drain on the field, and now a hard count. And
did he get his own guy?
No, I think Daphne may have.
I didn't think he stepped over the line. The one that I saw. Did you see something else? Yeah, I guess so.
Prior to the snap, we have encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty with the yardage. Result is first down.
Up to the 36-yard line, results in another long first down for the Toros, and maybe starting to feel a little momentum on this drive as this one started at the 1. And now up to the 36. Egan, that momentum stopped immediatally.
Just swallowed up, huh, Dan?
Say, when your best offensive play is the hard count.
and you get a cheap 5.
You're having a tough night.
TFL tackle for loss for McBride.
Well, McBride is really something. He was good last year.
6'2", 250. Also 4, 2nd and 14.
And Maurice is earning his playing time.
Samsel steps up in the pocket. Cushman with pressure, fires it off. Reeder back at the original line of scrimmage. Slung down. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8 here for the Toros. And we'll see if Sean Kelly wants to take a heat timeout.
Good awareness by Samsel. Started to feel a little bit of heat. He knew where his, where his outlet was, right? And got it right to him. They didn't get much out of it, but it was
at least he got rid of it and give him a chance to make a play.
That's right.
So it's 3rd and 8 for the Toros. Play clock inside 10. Swan comes in motion. Big target.
Wow.
3rd and 13 forthcoming.
So unlike these groups, isn't it?
Yeah, that one was right there. Half the team thought it was. Everybody split out to the left, thought it was on 2. Everybody else thought it was on 3.
And
Penalty on the play. 5 yards on the offense. Take them back. 3rd, a little longer.
3rd and 13 here for the Toros. Dan Heath with the 1 catch here tonight. Over there on the split out into the Spanish Fort sideline. Tyrone Prothro on the sideline for the Spanish Fort Toros. Joined their staff this year.
Yeah, I got a chance to say hello to old Crimson Tider.
Samsel steps up and nowhere to go.
Just swallowed up is
Rashad
the
Yelding.
description I can give.
Yeah, Yelding was in there. McBride came in there again, and I think now the officials are going to take Sean Kelly going to take the heat timeout with 4.5 to go. Let's watch Samsel and
no chance.
Yeah, no, not even not even a chance to keep your eyes downfield to see if something can materialize because you've got a whole bunch of purple right.
Yeah, immediately was Cushman off the edge, and then you then you got the interior guys not far behind.
7-5 late in the 3rd. It's the UTV 44 UA Early College Game of the Week here in Daphne.
Coast.
Hey, look at the Daphne crowd here tonight. Hey, you used to coaching Daphne? Steve Savery.
He did, yeah.
I think you realize that big crowds show up for big TV games. It doesn't hurt the gate ever, not once. Not one. All right, maybe in, like one time when it was a monsoon at UMS, maybe. But that
Mish gonna get you, Jim.
knows where to find me. 4.5
out to sea, right?
To go. Nope. I'll make it easier than that. And Quinn on the punt. A good high kick. And fair catch at the 37-yard line by Miles. So here comes the Daphne offense.
One of our sponsors is Thyre Cadell Law Offices, personal injury, car accidents, and slip and fall accidents, and Social Security issues, and workers' comp, including shipyard injuries. They can help you out. Thyre Cadell Law Offices, one of the sponsors here of the UTV 44 High School Game of the Week.
It is week 2 of our season here on UTV 44. Next week, Murphy McGill on Friday night. Newman prances to the right side and slings it out to the 41, looking for Jaquan Miles, and he's got it maybe up to 42.
Big Dak and Fitzgerald putting some heat on the quarterback. 6'3", 311.
Yeah,
how you like that, Dan, bearing down on
I'd like to get rid of the ball. I would like to
Here,
get
you
rid
can
of
have
the
it, huh?
Yeah.
He is the gap. Like
I'd at that point like to be a member of the band.
I like his hustle. Good job by the big man wearing 99.
All right, so we got Ben Blackman over there saying, hey, that wasn't a catch. Not sure Ben's vote is totally unbiased.
Yeah. Coach Stevenson as well.
Wow. Penalty. Gonna back up Daphne. I didn't see a flag. Coach King was talking to the officials over here on this side. Did you see a flag, Vic Lockett?
I did not.
I don't know that. Okay.
Wow. Sideline flag?
And evidently they called it incomplete. Blackman took it to an appeals court.
Yeah, okay, 2nd and 10. Newman fires it over the middle, tipped in the air and off the hands of Franklin. And hovering in the area was Brennan Sharp. And you saw the arm strength there of Newman. Knew he had to get rid of that one in a tight window.
Yeah, he was about to get it in the hands of one of his most talented guys, but it's behind him.
Yeah.
And it's a fastball.
.336 third and 10 for the Daphne Trojans. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. They give it off on the right side, and going to be a first down here. Jay Pogue picks up 11. Big
straight ahead run there.
Run and ramble for the first down. And let's go down to Tara. We've got another Coastal Alabama Community College spotlight. She's over on the Daphne sideline. Tara.
Thanks, Jim. I'm here with the curriculum leader, William Jones. And William, there's a lot going on at Daphne High School right now. What's going on academically?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, got a lot of things happening at Daphne High School. In 2012, we were recognized as a National Blue Ribbon school.
Looks like we've got a lot going on athletically, too. Jim?
Yeah, all the way down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Pogue with the hot hand. Big ramble down there, and he's got the Trojans in the red zone. Tara.
William, also academically, of course, you're doing well athletically. Continue on with what's going on academically at Daphne.
Okay, yeah, like I was saying, in 2012, we were recognized as the National Blue Ribbon School, and so we try to live up to that reputation. And so a couple of things I'd like to mention is, one is our IB program, which we are one of 2 schools in the district to offer that, and that's a program that's very academically rigorous, and so we provide our students that opportunity and graduate with an IB diploma, which is a worldwide recognized diploma. And so that's something really cool that our students have the opportunity to gain here at Daphne High. Some of the other things that we have going on is, like, we have our Mr. Ling, who's our physics teacher. He's involved in a program called APEX, which is through the University of Alabama in Huntsville. And that curriculum is designed specifically for high school physics teachers. And he's one of 3 in South Alabama that's participating in that group of teachers. Something else really cool for our female students at Daphne High is the GEMS program, which is Girls Engaged in Math and Science. We are one of 4 schools in the state to be participating in that program that's geared towards getting more female students involved and interested in math and science careers and that arena of education. So that's going on. We've got lots of things going on. Like, we're involved with the Hope Initiative with Tazikia's restaurant, and our students, like our career tech students and some of our special needs students, work out back, grow herbs and produce for Taziki's, and then provide that to them. They purchase it from our school and from our students, and inspiring, you know, that entrepreneurship and all of those things. Really cool. As you can hear, our band tonight. Arts is really a big thing at Daphne High School, and right down from my office, I have the keyboard lab. There's 20 keyboards going all day long. Thankfully, they have headphones in, but there's 20 of them. Lots of really cool things, and there's a lot of other things. Check us out. Check our website out.
All right, Diego.
Thank you so much, William.
Guajardo going to try a 26-yard field goal to increase the Daphne lead, and it's no good.
Wow.
Wow.
We see a 50-yarder and then a miss on a 20.
Yeah, he kicked the kickoff out of the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you know he's got the leg, but
and
he just
left-footed kicker, so he kind of pushes it.
Yeah.
As you watch here, it might even glance off the upright. Yeah.
Wow, it did.
More of a bang than a glance.
Wow. By that much.
So now it stays 7-5.
Game like this, how big is that? Huge.
So Daphne drives down there after the big run by Jay Pogue, but the Toro defense was stingy down there once they got inside the red zone.
Yeah, who knew that the secret weapon was going to be Pogue? But it came in the game.
Well, change of back pace there.
Yeah.
Change of pace back. And Spanish Fort dodges the bullet and fired to the near side, and Corson Swan can't hold on to it. It's incomplete. Yeah, lots of great things going on in Daphne, as we heard about. All of them, actually. So thanks for Mr. Jones for joining us, but they're very excited about academically all the things taking place here at Daphne High School. Oh, we've got a injured Trojan down there. Can't tell what number that is, but you hope it is just a cramp here.
Yep.
In the early season.
There's nothing real serious.
I like the new unis here at Daphne with the Trojans on the
Showing
pants.
respect for the injured there, both teams. Great sportsmanship. And we love to show that from our young men.
Yeah, we like to see that too. That's just a cramp.
Yep, and he's even getting water as we speak.
Do you have cramp a big issue? Vic, is something
Oh, God, all the time.
Yeah. And, you know, nutrition, it was Cushman who was down. You know, nutrition and science so much better now than it was. Not that you played all that long ago, Vic, but just things continue.
I am an old man these days.
Fat
old man.
That kid plays hard.
It started as a sophomore. We've seen him. Oh, and it's coming back. And I don't like the trainer's chance because, you know, once inertia starts and he gets a little closer to the ground, he's not going to be able to bounce
back.
Not
going to be able to stop the timber from falling.
Right.
He's still in that cramp pain. You can see that. So hopefully they can rehydrate him, get him feeling better, and get him back on the field.
2nd and 10 here for the Toros as we're approaching a minute and a half to go in the third. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sideline, Jared Kihas in the truck, and our entire UTV 44 crew. The pitch going to turn the corner is Hagan, and he's out to the 25-yard line. And just a little different rhythm to that play, just trying to change it up. Anything there.
Yeah, that's the most successful run play I think they've had. And what that was a quick pitch with the back pretty much already to the outside to get around that slanting defense.
You got some coaches playing some chess games out there right now.
Well, you know, you got to play chess when you're just getting beat at the line of scrimmage. You got it becomes a thinking man's game.
Sure.
Because as far as the physicality of it, all these two defenses are just dominating. You better get creative.
We got someone. There's an issue with the chain over on the far side,
or is it a ref?
Yeah, it looks like that he's down on one knee. So I was hoping maybe it was just a problem. But yeah, it looks like the chain has gotten.
This is the first time I've ever seen the chain is cramping up. So first time for everything. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I saw some players over there blocking, and I don't know if they got it down quick enough. Bent the stick there, it looked like.
Maybe they really kicked the sticks, Vic Lockett, like
yeah.
So fond of saying. Here we go, 3rd and 4 here for the Trojans. Jack Samsel, the senior, trying to convert.
Late adjustment by the defense.
Play clock inside 5. Samsel gets it off, looks far side, quick out, able to get it and lunging forward. That's going to be a Spanish Fort first down.
I don't think Jim said that much tonight.
No. That is a long first down.
4 wide, but only 1 wide to that side, and that's where he turned and threw it. And again, something quick. You know that it had to be that
to be successful.
Finn Heath with the first down. I think
to run out of time here in the 3rd.
Yeah, down to inside 20 seconds. I wonder if they'll snap it or just let the clock expire. Looks like they're Blackman just
want to survive to the fourth quarter and turn into a fourth quarter game.
Just as we say that, Samson will snap it over the middle. And it's complete to end the third quarter. It'll bring up a gain of 3 as Drain back in the game and makes the reception there.
Yeah, my man Ty Reynolds was right there reaching around trying to bat it down, but just wasn't able to disconnect the receiver from the ball.
We are through 3. A pretty good football game, eh?
Yes, sir.
7-5 Daphne and Spanish Fort here in Daphne. Fourth quarter coming up right after this. Big crowd here tonight in Daphne, packed on both sides.
Big game.
Spanish Fort, Daphne, region play beginning for both teams. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Kerry Simon, our statistician, in the booth. Jared Kihas in the truck. Tara Reeves on the sideline. 2nd and 4, and this one overthrown. And getting just pressure down around his feet. Arm can't follow through. Can't.
Oh, yeah, and around his feet, and he sees them clearly on their way from the edges, and it's just got to be Samson's one receiver out on that play. I mean, the chances of that succeeding because of this stingy Daphne defense, not very good, but somebody's going to have to make a big play here somewhere.
3rd and 3.
Especially for the team that's still trailing.
Yeah. Drain back in there.
That's my guess.
Brady Wiggins will split out as well. Corson Swan, he comes in motion. Samson on the short side pitch, gives it off, and Hegan is going to have the first down.
Nope. Well, I'm sorry, yeah.
And here's your adjustment you were looking for, Dan. This play was not in the offense for first half.
Right.
So he's figured it out. Let's get to the edge quick.
And the key to this play really is not just the quickness of the play, but the blocking of the play.
Well, these guys are going to execute the blocking. They've been outnumbered and set off by the slants, but this didn't give the slants an opportunity.
Right. Exactly.
Good for a Toros long first down, and they get it to Drain, and he's looking to go on the far side on the edge and won't even get back to the line of scrimmage before he's pushed out of bounds back near the 40-yard line, which could be a loss of a couple.
Both of these defense stretch it out and don't let you get that corner.
Yeah, he could have kept going to Malbus, and he wasn't going to be able to head north at any point. Like, there's no chance to get the corner there.
It's like now I'm in Loxley.
There you see the talented sophomore Drain. A lot of people, it kind of reminds them of Javon Brown, who's such a talented player here at Spanish Fort a few years back. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 for the Toros. Samson steps up in the pocket, wants to pull it down, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Now a flag at the end as a helmet came off, and 2 flags came in, and it was Samson who lost his helmet, and this might be a personal foul against Daphne, which will give the Toros a first down. And you can see.
Yeah, I think, was it Yeldon got a little extracurricular there?
They had him. There's no need for anything.
No,
oh, wow.
That's not Yeldon. Let me retract it.
Yeah.
That's one of the big guys up front.
That's Maurice McBride.
That just was so unnecessary.
And right in front of the officials. That's going to be 15.
Never going to get away with something like that.
I don't know what set him off to even take it that far.
Good Lord. Not necessary.
We have a personal foul against the defense. The player has been ejected.
Wow.
He was acting like he didn't do anything wrong. He was celebrating.
What a loss for Daphne. McBride having a great game, ejected.
Yeah, now he may hear from Savarese.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
He's going to hear from Kenny King first. This is a big blow, big mistake, big game. Wow. He doesn't get to just march off. I mean, that's indefensible. There's no way the young guy can say, hey, I didn't do anything, because he did.
Wow. So
Kenny is steaming.
So first down, and the Toros in Daphne field position on Daphne's side of the 50.
That kid has played so well all game.
Yeah, he's one of the best players on the field.
Right here.
Now looking for a pass. Drain is the backup quarterback and looking to the far side and incomplete as he tried to get it off to Reeder. The trick that he was trying to maybe go to Sotelo. It was Sotelo over there and Khalil Johnson over there. But you could see, you know, Drain is the #2 quarterback on the depth chart and just trying to get some kind of big play match.
You got to be creative against these defenses.
You know, I was thinking of it earlier, and I meant to mention it to you guys. Maybe one of these coaches was going to pull a trick out of their hat, and there it was there. Just wasn't successful.
Daphne was there.
Good defense, huh?
Yeah, good defense. They didn't make it easy.
2nd and 10. Hegan right up the middle, and Hegan's got a Spanish Fort first down, punishing to the 30-yard line, and all of a sudden you start thinking,
was that trap in the offense in the first half?
Yeah, didn't see much of that, but
there it is.
Long first down. You start thinking now
Take
Spanish
one
Fort
way and come back the other. Let those big linemen run themselves out of the play.
If you're wondering where McBride is, he's in the locker room.
That's right, and right is
where he
right
vacated.
Up the middle. Exactly, and now all of a sudden the Toros are in field goal range, and some momentum here. Samsel drops it. Gives it off. Hegan does a good job. Ooh, and takes a big lick on the backside.
Yeah,
Jamar Mason.
Okay,
yeah, that was a big clean hit.
You've got Cushman is out with cramps. You've got McBride is out, thrown out of the game
here.
So you got you know, that defensive front.
That's half of your starters under your defensive front.
That's been playing so well. Half are gone right now.
I'll tell you what, Connor Hagan there, he's pretty tough there. I still would like the trains to take a look at him. That was a pretty big blow to his lower back.
Samsel drifts out to the right. He's going to be hit and dropped. Yeah. And now it's 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, Connor Hagan there. I don't think he's all healthy there. That was his block. Big boy Ty Reynolds there closing out the edge.
Yeah, Samson didn't have a chance. Boy, now 3rd and 17. Coming up, and so now you're just thinking, boy, if we can pick up 7-8 yards here, we'll have a chance at a field goal. It'd be a long one, but we saw Matt Quinn hit a 50-yarder in the first half. Hagan stutter steps inside the 30 and now down to the 28-yard line. And
got a shot.
Now would be a
45-yard
field goal attempt, and Quinn comes out.
Called their most successful play thus far, besides that little quick pitch.
Well, one thing you got to say, both these quarterbacks are pretty tough hombres because they've hung in there. Nobody's quitting, and they're getting hit a lot.
Actually, this will be from a 52-yard attempt. 35. It's 45 attempt. I was right the first time. 45-yard attempt, and that one no good. Daphne may have got a piece of it.
And the crowd erupts on that one. That's exciting.
I think they got
this drive.
Yeah, Jim was mentioning when it's a long kick, the trajectory's got to be a lot lower, and that's what happened. I do believe, Jim, and I think they did get part of that.
Yeah, I was a little confused there. It was a 45-yard attempt. Let's see.
Good job by the holder.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
He got his elbow.
Yeah, that was Miles who got.
Miles. Wow, he was in there.
Juwan Miles came in and got a piece of it. So now each team with a block kick here
the
tonight.
snap wasn't clean enough that the timing was off just a bit to help him out as well.
But Miles was back there like he knew the snap count. That was remarkable.
And this is Q Miles, and he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Caught that one off the top of the blade.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a completion.
It was in the gray area.
Brings up 2nd down.
Boy, you're protecting a 2-point lead. You can't go to sleep on offense, but you haven't had success at all.
Eat a little bit of clock at least, huh?
You'd like to, but
pick up a couple of first downs.
What do you do? How do you do that against the defense?
Well, I think he had something going cooking when he was running the football. Let's see if he gets back to it here.
Newman wants to go up top on the near side. Good coverage. As that was DJ James.
Yeah, he had something going with Franklin on the previous drive, but now he's forced to pass it. But Franklin broke a big one on 3rd down last series.
Tony Stonecker, we're talking about the defensive coordinator for Spanish Fort, he said, 2 best players I've ever coached, Kadarius Toney and also David Palmer. And he said DJ James right there with him. Wow. As far as physical ability. 3rd and long in the middle of that line is bottled up.
Yeah, Franklin's not successful on this one. Now, on the previous drive, he did break one off on the 3rd down, but I'm not so sure I'm comfortable with that play selection that series.
Yeah, now the Toros.
Because, I mean, you burn no time off the clock, basically, Dan, with those 2 passes that didn't connect. And then you run it, and they make a quick stop. Now you're putting it back to him.
Yeah, and Drain will stand inside his own 40.
He's going to get pretty good field position if he just collects the football, right?
10 on the line of scrimmage. Coming are the Trojans. End-over-end kick, Diego Guajardo, and just spins at the 49. And the Toros, good field position here.
You ever heard of an 8-minute drive? Here you go.
Here is our Scholastic athlete for Spanish Fort tonight. Brennan Sharp, a senior, 26 on the ACT, 408. Something about that
first name, huh?
Brennan name in there. Plays football, National Honor Society.
Good looking, no doubt.
Project Outreach, senior class treasurer, FCA. I can't read my, where's he going to school, Vic?
Not certain. Someplace up north.
Going to Auburn. And Toros with a football back here on their own 49. He can try to get to the outside, and he does. And he's getting a little, seems like almost he's getting stronger as the night goes on here. And going to pick up a first down, a long first down for
I'm just glad he's okay.
Connor
for that
Hagan.
Shot to his back.
Yeah, that was
looks much better.
Big. You can see he has the lower back protection on there, so hopefully that's where
some of those hits go through that. A lot of them have helmets.
Oh, you don't have to tell me, Vic
Lockett.
The feeling of being hit. I was very familiar.
You're past that, huh?
So there's the Spanish Fort sideline. First down for the Toros. Hagan falls forward to the 35. Now, I think the Spanish Fort team collectively has a bit of a chip on their shoulder, thinking that a lot of people think they're going to be down.
Yep.
And there's been the talk, Ben Blackman talked about it in the pregame show. He said expectations don't change. It doesn't matter who graduates, who comes in, who leaves. It doesn't matter. And I think the team kind of has a little of that. You know, and then they played McGill.
Yeah, and I think the perception, you're right, the perception of fans outside the program was they won't be as good this year. Well, they're tough, I can tell you that.
Hagan on the right side, drugged down is Rashad Yelding. Boy, his dad's been an assistant coach here for a couple of decades, so he's kind of grown up with Daphne winning state championships, and now as a senior dreaming that he'd like to be a part of the state championship here in Daphne. Here's what Spanish Fort has coming up. You take a look. So they lost to McGill last week, 0-1. Daphne tonight. Then you can see we're going to pick up a little steam. Then they got Blunt, Foley, Saraland, and they're going to be there right at the, you can bet the Toros will be there right at the end of the season. 3rd and 4. Hagan spins.
For a moment, I thought the play was going to be successful, but that game tackling of Daphne rebuffs the running back.
Now,
another field goal attempt?
Yeah, now they're going to try to send out Matt Quinn here again. This will be a 49-yard attempt.
We've seen him win games with kicks at the horn.
Yep, so made one from 50, missed from 45, and this one from 49 to give the Toros the lead. Quinn going to be short and right on this one. Didn't hit that one cleanly.
You know, he made the 50-yarder so
gracefully,
yeah. It was just really amazing. I mean, he drilled it through there and hasn't had the same swing on the last two.
And I think the previous one, though, the snap had as much to do with it than anything because the timing was just off. The holder did a great job to get it, collect it, spin the laces away from it, but timing just was off.
You're right. He
Rhythm wasn't there.
He did a good job and saved it.
At least to make the attempt. But all the timing was off, so it just messed up the kicker's time.
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated.
Heat time out here. 5:13 to go. 7-5. Trojans, can they hang on and get the win over their region rival? Big game, big crowd, big TV audience. Tully Mars watching this game down in Orange Beach right now. Enjoying listening to this game very much, actually.
Big rivalry with big-time coaches.
Take everybody we can get. Everybody's welcome.
So
and now this team would welcome a first down, Jim.
They'd welcome a couple of them.
Yep.
Chance Newman. Give up the middle to the 24-yard line. Jay Pogue.
He's been more effective than Franklin in his few carries.
Yeah, I would agree. There's Pogue, just a junior, 5'9", 205.
Where are you going to hit him?
Newman.
Look at this senior quarterback at the controls, Dan, milking the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't blown you away with his numbers, but you can win games with a defense like this and a quarterback like that.
Ahead for a couple, but he's a quarterback, but he's not like a game manager. I mean, this is a kid who's going to make smart decisions, going to make the big play. We've seen him pull it down for the 24-yard touchdown run, and
he threw one that should have been 6.
You're right.
This scoreboard should be a little different in Daphne's favor if that ball is called.
3rd and 1. Pogue in the backfield. Toros bringing 8 to the box. And now Newman will come under center. And now movement on the right side.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, I wonder if Kenny King got a timeout before the flag came out.
Yeah, he did.
He did. That was
the use of the timeout.
Yeah.
A game like this and the stakes where they are, Kenny King looks like a disinterested fan. He's so he is so casual, and you know he's not that at all.
So 9 Trojans have gone on to the NFL. It's a huge number considering them playing high school football here just 29 years.
Got a bunch in there right now.
Yeah. Who was the first one? Who's the first one to?
I think Victor was sniffing it out there.
I'm going to say Coach King.
Yeah, I'm with him.
2003, Kenny King, after the great career at Alabama, gets drafted in the 5th round, goes to the Cardinals. Some others, of course, Ryan Anderson now, Jeremy Clark, Drew Miller, Michael Pierce, Pat White, T.J. Yeldon, also Torrin McGaster now, and he's the assistant coach. I think went assistant coach over. Played at Alabama. Is now on the Spanish Fort. Assistant coach.
Talked to his sister at halftime. His name is slipping away.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. So Kenny King.
I remember sitting in the stands with the Alabama coaches, and they were recruiting Kenny King and looking at him.
It was a good idea.
Out of the shotgun. Newman wants to keep it. Rolling out. He's going to be dropped all the way back at the 17-yard line. Peyton Tyson put him down as one of the players of the game.
What a play by Tyson there.
That kid's got a motor, and he's got determination and enough athletic ability to get what he wants.
And talk about responsibility.
Yeah, so on the edge.
Before the timeout, Daphne was under center, looking like it looked like quarterback sneak may have been coming. And now they take the timeout, go to the shotgun.
Yeah, their defense scared them out of that call.
Yep. And so they make Daphne use the timeout, and now loss.
You know, Newman reminded me of those times when I was running away from my mom. She's got that belt behind her.
Loss of 11. And not a great kick this time, but it does take a good. Daphne roll the 46-yard line now, 2:51 to go. Now if you're Ben Blackman, you're thinking, all right, I want to give my kicker one more chance here with Under 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, do you even dare daydream that you can score a touchdown? Now, you might want to give it a chance and not put it all on the kicker, but again, yards have been so tough to come by in this game for both teams offensively. When we're done with this thing and look at the stats, it's going to be, now it's been a fun game to watch.
You know, Daphne had 142 yards of total offense last week against Davidson. That's not a huge number by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, Spanish Fort had almost 300 playing against McGill.
By the way, Jim, just checking, but back in the game, I believe you got Cushman.
Yep, he's on the near side, and Egan trying to go up the middle, and he'll get one hard-earned run of a yard there.
21 Reynolds, number 10, Gilbert.
Connor Hagan.
Boy, I tell you what,
110 yards last week against McGill.
This Daphne secondary, of course, they're getting a lot of help from the push up front, but they have been really great 2 weeks in a row on the backside.
I think it's their front makes the difference.
4 wide receivers. Samsel rolls out, fires, and Swan holds on. 3rd and 2 coming up. Samsel again under duress and able to get that one out.
That slant again by that defensive line. Slanted to the right direction, but just a great play by the quarterback. They were getting rid of it. Give his receiver a chance to lay out for it. Could be the play of the game right here.
All right, the Toros hurry to get in alignment. And now they go direct snap to Drain, and he's wrestled down in the back, and the flag comes as Khalil Johnson got him maybe inside the jersey. Boy, I asked Ben Blackman before the game, I said, do you run any packages putting, Chris Drain in there? Now, he is the backup quarterback. And they said we hadn't, and they did. And, yep, and got inside the jersey there. Wow.
Got a horse collar there.
And, of course, on the Spanish Fort sideline, so they're
to give them the first down on a crucial
another personal foul.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Results of the penalty is the first down.
I didn't see the face mask.
Oh, I mean, see where that is. Okay. Well, maybe up around the helmet.
I never saw.
That left hand, Jim, had grabbed something.
All right, so at the 32. Hagan right up the middle, inside the 20, all the way down to the 8. It's first and goal, Toros.
Wow.
Boy, they found something in the middle, and a part of what they found is no McBride.
Yeah, that's part of it. And in that trap, as we talked about it before the game, or during the game, as we saw that
we were asking for it in the first half, right?
That's right.
Long first down here, and Spanish Fort, their student body section over there again. They've won 4 of the 5 meetings against their rival.
Last year wasn't very close.
26-7. Hagan down inside the 5.
And Coach King's going to look back on this one, and again, he's going to have to repeat himself about cutting down the mistakes, because one of the big mistakes we're seeing is the space vacated by Maurice McBride on that penalty.
All right, Daphne's got 2 timeouts left, and now they take one. Let a lot of time burn off there.
Yeah, before they did.
Yeah, the play clock was already going, and so now it's.
I think they realize that their offense isn't going to go the distance of the field, so put the pressure on the offense to have to hurry and get a score.
2nd and goal.
Because they are leading Daphne.
Yeah, 2nd and goal from the 4.
Hagan has moved himself right into the old
I would agree.
spot to be among the
players of the game nominees.
Candidates, yeah.
Next week, battle for the Cannon. Murphy McGill. Murphy with a win last night.
Where is that game, Jim? The stadium or the Lip?
It's at the Lip.
Ah, okay.
Pretty sure we're at the Lip next week. Wow, all game long, one team's had the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it early, and it's been 7-0, then 7-2, then 7-5. What's it going to turn out to be?
just, you know, one thing Ben Blackman said about his kids, he said, they will rise to the expectation that we put upon them. He said they did it against McGill. They were in it to the very last play of the game. Lost by a touchdown against the 7A team that's gone to state, you know, each of the last 2 years. And now, second and goal from the 4. Samsel puts Drain in motion. They give it off. Hagan pushes down near the 1 and to the goal line. No signal yet.
Second down?
No, it's going to be now. It's third and goal, and the clock running. So we approach 40 seconds.
Spanish Fort got all 3 of their timeouts.
Spanish Fort does.
Daphne, take one here.
Daphne with 1. Third and goal.
He's going to go.
Boy, Hagan back there with Samsel in motion. Drain. They give it. Hagan, left side, lunges. No signal, so we're going to see the 4th field goal attempt for Matt Quinn.
Down. Wow, I thought he stuck his head in there and got it.
Wow, this is some into the game, huh?
They'll take a timeout with 3.4 seconds left, and I mean, it's an extra point for your all-everything kicker.
Yep.
He's 1 for 3 tonight, a 50-yarder, and then missed a 45 and a 49.
Well, it's not uncharted territory for the young guy. He's been kicking since the 8th grade in big games because they're always in big games. We've watched him. He's won games at the buzzer in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's, you know, this is an extra point. I'm not saying it's easy with the nerves and all and everything that's riding on it, but this is what you do.
And if I was Daphne, I'd definitely let him line up and call my last timeout. Let him think about it just a little bit more.
Got to get the snap. Got to get. There's Ben Blackman. He has gone over and
he knows this is it. You don't need any headsets or any other feedback from the rest of the crew. This is it.
And the Spanish Fort team has not lost 3 straight games since 2007. Of course, lost in the playoffs last year. Lost the first game. Have not started out 0-2 since 06, which was the first year they started playing football. And Daphne trying to start out 2-0.
Oh, you know, you got the snap,
got the hold,
got the hold, and then you get the kick.
Yes,
but you don't get the kick without the first 2.
Yep.
I know that's elementary, but
it's all in the sequence of those special teams.
And it is, you know, right in the middle of the field. The last play called was to go to the middle in case they didn't get it. So you wouldn't, because if it's at one of the hashes, it becomes a tough angle.
It doesn't look like Coach King's going to even use his timeout.
So this will be a 16-yard attempt for Matt Quinn. And Spanish Fort at the horn snatches a victory away from Daphne, who led the whole game 8-7. And Ben Blackman with a big fist pump out at midfield, excited for his team.
He knew he needed it.
And he said, if we get one here tonight, we could be poised for a big run to pick up some steam heading on toward October, November. 8-7.
What a ball game.
The final score.
Yeah. Thank you, Spanish Fort. Thank you, Daphne High.
Provided throughout our facility.
What a defensive performance by these 2 teams here tonight. Spanish Fort, and you know, there is something about when you have a program that is just used to being in big games,
absolutely,
winning big games.
Absolutely.
It's, you know, it's habit forming.
Well, this team plays with a lot of execution, especially defensively, and a lot of grit. And then when they had to have it, they found ways to run the football.
Started running the football when McBride went out of the game. That's when they started running the football up the middle.
But the other thing about it, this is a young program, and the expectation is to win championships. And here's an example of it tonight. They played to the whistle blowed at the final second.
Yep.
Pretty classy. Ben Blackman sprints 30 yards down to the Daphne side of the field to go grab Chance Newman. the Daphne quarterback, and grab him and turn him around and put his arm around his neck.
Yeah, that's the high regard that the entire Spanish Fort staff has for the Daphne quarterback. They know they gutted it out and got the win, but there's a high regard for the team in purple, and it obviously could have easily gone the other way.
And it matters. It matters more to those kids that it was against their rival. There's no doubt. All right, let's go down to Tara. She has got Coach Ben Blackman. Coach, Tara.
Coach, in what looked like Daphne's game all 4 quarters, what do you have to say about your team's resiliency?
Man, we're a bunch of fighters. We don't ever quit. And we knew if we could get to the 4th quarter, we felt like we were probably a little better in shape, and we could, we could get there and win it in the end. I always believe in this guy right here. This kid's been kicking field goals since in 7th grade, okay? And been making them, too. So I'm very proud of him. That's why I call him Matty Ice. He's got ice in his veins. So just very proud of our team, our resiliency. Kids never quit. We were down the whole game, and we found a way to win. That's going to boost us going forward. Just our team's resiliency to fight and believe in each other and form a brotherhood of unselfish kids. They didn't care who had the ball at the end. All they cared about was winning and pulling together for a brotherhood. And I'm just very, very proud of our team tonight.
You came in as the underdog, took down Daphne at their place. How important is this win now undefeated in region play?
Who says we were the underdog? Spanish Fort always believes we're going to win. That's the one thing you got to understand about that. Spanish Fort always believes they're going to win a game when they play it. If you put that thing on I-10, we're going to go out there and believe we can win.
Awesome. And, of course, the man of the hour, Matt, you hit a 50-yard field goal. What was going through your mind, first of all, with the 50-yarder, and then people either hate or love the kickers? You won the game for Spanish Fort tonight. What do you have to say about your own performance?
I'm just really glad that the coaches trust me to kick field goals that far. We do it in practice all the time. So I'm just happy that I had the opportunity to show that I can do it, execute it in a game. And I thought I played pretty good, but I couldn't have done it without the snapper, Corson Swan, and the holder, Luke DeReese, and everybody blocking on field goal.
Awesome. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
Boy, how about Ben Blackman? I mean, that is a fired-up coach.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a fire that is always there for Ben Blackman. Doesn't maybe always show it, but it is always there. We'll take a timeout. What a battle here in Daphne tonight. The Toros, 8-7, win it on a Matt Quinn field goal at the horn to knock off their rivals and open up region play with a win. What a game, what a night, what an atmosphere in Daphne. Spanish Fort makes it 5 of 6 against their rival. They win it 8-7 here tonight without a touchdown, 2 field goals and a safety, which is pretty much what you thought the offense would do for Spanish Fort tonight, right? To win a football game,
well, you had a feeling that it might be a tough night for both offenses, which obviously it really, really was. But they just hung around, and they believe, and their coach has got a fire that's burning 24/7. Not everybody knows that. I think we do from being around Ben Blackman, and his team plays like it.
And how about, like you talked about, Matty Ice, the kicker, hits the 50-yarder, which was huge to make it 7-5 after that safety. Makes a 50-yarder, misses a couple other long ones, and he goes right back to him. But, boy, we talked about those teams that just know how to win, and Spanish Fort shows it again tonight.
Well, like I said, Spanish Fort's a young program, and they just had that expectation. I mean, about winning championships, playing to the final whistle, playing every play till the whistle blows, and being on the same page with everybody. Their technique is always great. They're going to show up and play the game. They're going to play a clean game most times, But tonight, we were a little surprised about some of the penalties they had, but it's just the second game. By the end of the stretch, Coach Blackman will have it ironed out. And on the flip side, Coach King, he's really got his work cut out for their self-inflicted wounds because Daphne just really, time and time again, shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, a lot of penalties tonight and a costly one on that drive. It was a face mask call that we didn't have a great look at it over there. But, of course, McBride gets thrown out of the game. He was the one stopper up the middle. He really was. That's when the trap play started working, and Hagan was able to rush the ball up the middle and pick up big chunks of yards that Spanish Fort had not been able to do all throughout the game.
So often wherever we travel, people say, man, I love watching those high school games. It sounds like you guys are having a blast. And yes, we are.
Nobody was cheated tonight, that's for sure. Let's look at the players of the game from Alabama Orthopedic Clinic, all from Spanish Fort. Matt Quinn, Matty Ice. How do you not put Matty Ice up there, right?
Kicking since 7th grade.
And making them since 7th grade. Also, Peyton Tyson, boy, he was all outside linebacker all over for the Toros tonight. And then Connor Hagan, I mean, just grinding yards away all throughout the night and really, got stronger in the second half. So you can go to local15tv.com and vote on your favorite player from the Toros, the player of the game. We'll tell you about it next week when we are over in Mobile. It's Murphy McGill next week here on UTV 44. The Toros win at 8-7 tonight over Daphne. Oregon High School football action coming up next Friday night.